All right, you maggots, get in the tank.
What? That's it?
That's a new character I'm doing. That's called Tank Sergeant.
Okay.
That's the Tank Sergeant. All right. Hold on. I can do better.
Okay.
All right, you maggots, in that tank right now.
Okay, I don't think they'd talk to you like that
No.
at Tank America because you're their guest. And
I wasn't doing the Tank America guy. I was doing like a grizzled old
drill sergeant,
little tank man.
Okay, all right.
That's a character. I just have to cook it a little bit more. TankAmerica.com. I'm on their website right now looking at their FAQs. Guys, they have hotel partners. I didn't even know this. I was just like scrolling the website.
Yeah.
If you're coming from out of town, you can partner with one of their hotel partners and just come in and do the full shebang.
Yeah, they're in Orlando now.
They're close to us now. They can throw a football there.
Yeah, Colonial and Forsyth. So Daniel's right. If you are coming into Orlando for theme parks,
make it a day. Like you could come in, hit the theme parks, Tank America in the evening, then go to Gringo's, get yourself some food. Yeah, do the whole thing.
Yeah, and you are driving a actual tank, an Abbott tank. And it's
an FV 433 Abbott tank. I believe it is a British tank, and they have 9 of them out there.
Yeah, you could crush a car if you pay for the car crushing package.
Indeed.
They've got a Tom and Dan package. Just give them a call, 407-213-TANK. Ask for the T&D special. You'll save money. It's normally X amount, and they give you price break because you let them know you're Tom and Dan listener.
Exactly. So go out there and check it out, man. I think you'll really, really love it.
Yeah, birthday parties. I mean, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Bachelorette parties. Get out there and have a little fun.
They have GoPros on the tank. They'll film the whole thing and give you all the video after.
Take a photo of you driving. It's really, really fun. Check out TankAmerica.com and don't sleep on that T&D special.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hey.
On the couch are we doing confrontation?
I don't know. News confrontation.
News confrontation. He's a
It'll
man.
be a surprise.
Man of many talents from the Orlando Talk Show with Ross McCoy. It is Ross McCoy.
I mean, I got news right now, but I could get in a fight before then. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see.
All right. Let's do it.
First, we'll see all BDMs tomorrow at the BDM Appreciation Party. If you're not a BDM, you can sign up at TomandDan.com. There's a couple snafus with the BDM Appreciation
Hold on,
Week.
you didn't tell me about the snafus.
No, not with the event. Just with the whole week. But we're tightening up, and next year
we're promising no FUBAR. Just a couple snafus.
FUBAR.
Next year, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
All right. Yeah.
Pull that, Melissa.
Wait till we do. Wait till you
problem.
guys see $2 shirts. $2 shirts.
There's 420 merch up at TomandDan.com.
You can't even guarantee your wife 100%.
That's true. I stopped worrying about it. I just
He doesn't know what flicking is.
He doesn't. Damn, Sam coming out hot.
Well, what do you mean
I'm
by...
coming out hot. He said that couldn't satisfy his wife.
Yeah, but I'm from the 90s, and that's the standard joke.
Yeah, you go right. You get on it. You got to get on it, and you got to ride it. You got to ride that donkey. It's a tiny little...
Tiny donkey.
It's a tiny donkey. You got to ride it.
Yeah,
it's a tiny flick donkey. You ride it with your tongue.
Don't say that.
My cowboy tongue rides the tiny donkey.
No.
Tim Ferriss in 4 Hour Body has a section called the 15-minute orgasm.
Whoa.
And it's sexually like a hold from behind flicking.
Hold from behind flicking.
Yeah.
That's called
like,
the bass guitar.
You're playing an upright bass. Yeah.
Too sensitive, right?
Oh my
I
god.
don't 60 minutes of anything. I don't
Some of
want
them
to
are.
Like, my hands are too numb to understand
The flicking.
active-
Oh, maybe he doesn't know where it is.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing down there? Oh, my
They saw
God.
the memes.
Like hammering a railroad
I
spike.
saw the glacier meme. I know where it is now.
Oh, you know
I
what?
mean, with your hands, you can't feel it.
Yeah, you don't
I bet
even know
you
you're
got-
touching
oh,
it.
right.
You got numb fingers all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what they call it, numb fingers. It was either that or dumb fingers.
You want to join our texting service?
Yes, I do.
844.
Speaking of numb
866.
fingers.
Yeah, text
6326.
BDM to 844-866-6326. That's BDM to 844-866-6326. And you do have to opt in, but we can tell you about when we're having new events, when new merch comes out, and all the pertinent Tom and Dan information.
You should send one out at 4:45 in the morning. People love that.
Oh, we should have done that today.
Right?
So,
I
yeah,
wasn't that upset about that. I feel like everybody's overreacting for something that was just a mistake. We can't make
It's
mistakes
also
anymore.
how many of us are going to post about it.
But we
saw
can't-
the one. Everybody doesn't need to keep.
We can't
bitching about it.
make mistakes anymore. You can't make a mistake. You can't do anything wrong without it. Like, you got DeSantis calling for the man's head. You've got everybody. Adam Murray, comedian Adam Murray. Hey, how was it waking up, Florida? It's like, oh, fuck everybody.
well,
it's
who
fucking
is it?
dumb. It was a mistake. Who cares?
Murray, you don't
well,
even
don't-
live here anymore. Shut the fuck up.
It doesn't even matter. It's not even that big of a deal. Stop complaining all the time, you motherfuckers.
Well,
God.
guess what? Emergency alert test. You were alerted. If it was an emergency
Right.
test successful,
It worked.
congratulations.
It worked. If you
Yeah.
heard
no.
it and you're mad, then it works.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but if it's a blatant incompetence that caused that,
Well,
what the fuck, get
everybody's
your
doing,
shit
but
together.
everybody's doing blatant incompetence. If you start doing your job right, not you. I'm talking about the world.
I know you're talking to me.
You guys start doing your job right, and when you're 100%, which you're not, then we can start yelling at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, well, no
but
one's
everybody
100%.
freaked out. Like, oh my God, this is ruining my life. Well, fuck off. You're
No.
a child. If you got mad because it went off at 4:45 and it ruined your day, you're a fucking child.
No.
You're a child.
Everybody-
Get over it, dickhead.
No, calm down.
It's not about you.
Did you do it?
Not everything is about you. I did do it. But no, I got tired of oh my God, my day is ruined. Even my therapist, oh my God, she's going to hear this. She's like, I'm so tired because, no, you're not. No, you're not.
It's just, if I was, okay. What I know about the government
Yeah.
and people that work in the government
Fit in a thimble?
is, like, there's no accountability really because you can't get fired and everybody's just fucking off.
Our governor said, stay tuned. He's going to
Everybody's
stand
fucking
by,
off.
stand near. We're making it happen.
All right, so I get great enjoyment when other people's lives,
Spiral
go
out of
awry.
control? Oh, no.
And things bad happen to people. It should,
Some would
makes
say
me a
that's
bad
negative
person.
thing.
Are you going to talk about
But I don't
Bubba
think you
breaking
get
his
those
leg?
emails.
No, come on. I'm not gonna
Is that what you're gonna talk
come
about?
on. I know. I'm going to talk about Daniel and Sam because two things I witnessed in the past 2 days gave me great joy.
Okay.
Because so many things happen to me and I bumble around.
It's about time we start talking about a new segment we're doing called Tom's Joy.
Oh, is this where I quit?
This is a
No.
This is
Right
a new
before my
segment.
vacation?
Tom's Joy.
So we'll start with yesterday. All of a sudden we get this big ass box.
Yeah.
And then-
I had to drag it in.
And then I was like, "Oh shit! Did we order something for the BDM appreciation party that
That's
we
what
forgot?"
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I did
like
too, but then it had
something-
my name on it, which was bizarre to me.
Yeah, so then Sam's like, my name's on this. So then first I was like, I'll open it just in case it's a bomb, and I'll
You
take
did
the
say
blast.
that, and I said, why the fuck would you say that?
Because I like...
Why would you say that?
He
Because,
wants to feel like the hero.
He
Yeah,
does. He likes to.
because well, first
He also comments to me all the time
He also
about
wanted
how.
to see if it was something sexual so he could take
Yeah,
a
he
quick
thought it was a
peek.
big box of dildos for Sam, and
I
he's
think-
like, I want to see your
He's
dildos.
Fuck
just
machine.
tired of you guys. He wanted out.
No.
He was hoping it was a bomb.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I like doing small, insignificant tasks.
Let me open this box for you, helpless woman.
No.
Yeah.
Although
No.
he didn't offer to carry it, I had to ask somebody.
Well, yeah, that's too
well,
hard.
I can't. My back's all fucked up.
The old, it's nothing, but you get credit for it anyway.
Yeah, Ross knows.
I love those. That's great.
It's a minimal task, and it makes me seem like a hero.
Yeah.
If the person, like, hey, I'll take the blast. No, it's not a bomb, but I say it out
I'll
loud.
take the blast.
Yeah, or it's like if you think something's poison, I'll take a bite first.
Yeah.
I get a bite of a cupcake. It's nothing, and I get a little bit of hero credit.
These are all tasks that Jesters did, by the way.
I like Jester.
It's all tasks. It's like the king is like, where's that fucking idiot? Bite my chicken chicken leg, fool. And you bite it, and then he dies. And he's like, get a new fool.
So I offer...
Or the guy that the Godfather didn't trust with anything else other than starting the car. Go see if anybody bombed my car today. There's probably...
But that one, I mean, is every once in a while, you die.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so I figured, but Sam was like, no, I'll open it. She opens it up, and it's a box.
She's like, what is this? What is this?
Oh, it wasn't a bomb?
Well, we don't know yet. No, but earlier in the day, Tom had made some kind of comment about his wife collecting all the halogen bulbs. And the first thing I saw were light bulbs.
Yeah,
So I'm like, is this a joke?
Tom said that his wife, who he affectionately refers to as the Crow, cannot stand LED lights, and because he has paper-wrapped wires within his home, that all the lights, if you install LED bulbs, they all flicker because it's like, I guess your wiring is old and your lights are new. And
they're trying to pull more power.
Yeah, and that doesn't work. So he says his
He blamed it on technology like an 80-year-old man.
Yeah,
he said it was the bulb's fault.
You were here. I'm sorry, Ross.
Some people, it was a BDM show, so some of these people haven't heard
He also said, he also went into this whole diatribe about how his wife is stuck in her ways and loves halogens and loves old technology.
She started go buying up all the halogens.
All the halogen bulbs all across Orlando to keep her house looking like, I guess, like an old, spooky... like the Haunted Mansion or something.
Why not at least they're discontinuing them?
Yes, just like cars, they're not going to. They're all going to be electric.
Go buy a Ford Model T, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, the damn things, the LEDs.
I want a rotary phone. I like circles.
So Sam's like, "Is this for your wife? What is this?" I'm like, "No. I mean, why would she put your name on it?"
I legitimately had no idea why there were.
I would
were
say
shipped here.
you made that jump, and I was like, "Wow, well done,
Makes
Sam."
sense, yeah.
I mean, I guess, it made
maybe
as much.
Tom's stocking up.
It made as much sense as anything else we had going on because we had no reason why there was and this thing. How much do you think it weighed?
Dude, it was heavy.
It was like $1,000 worth of
smart
fancy bulbs in there.
It was all like
there was LED strips, light bulbs,
smart technology, like the bulbs.
Yeah,
and
there were some some thermostats in there, some light strips.
So Sam, I could see her paranoia going crazy. She's like, "What is this? Why would someone send me this?"
I thought she was running the eBay numbers on it.
Both.
Yeah. And then she's like, "What is this for?" And then we came to the conclusion. I'm like, "Well, it's your birthday." We talked about
somebody bought you
birthday
40 thermostats for your birthday.
And then I was like, "Did I talk about lights, like smart lights?"
Yeah. And then I started running. I'm like, "Yeah, she must have said all the studio lighting in the Semantic studio, not." Shout out for Semantics. Where can people listen to your show?
SemanticsPodcast.com or anywhere you find podcasts.
There you go. I'm trying to get better at natural. I couldn't have fucked that up any worse. But it's like, she must have mentioned the lighting in the Semantic studio, not good. Want to improve it. And a listener gifted her all this new lighting for her studio. That totally makes sense to me.
Yeah. So then
still makes sense to me.
I load the lighting into the back of Sam's car, and then she goes home, and then she mentioned that she started
There's no
Googling.
card. There's no note.
Nothing.
No, just the name. And
it's it's a sizable boy.
And so what did you start Googling?
Well, I Googled the name of the company on the shipping label. And that brought me to that they had just joined a deal with another company that was in Avalon Park, which is fairly close to where I live. So I was like, oh, it must be like a BDM that listens or is like, they know and they mailed it. I have no idea. I'm just trying to make the math any kind of sense.
Figure it out.
Detective.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking up the guy so I'm like, okay, let me look on Facebook on who runs this company that's out of Avalon. And then it pulls up this guy's name, and his former job was like head manager of SafeLight. And then I'm like, did SafeLight also send me a bunch of lights?
The guy was like, I know we can't give you the money, the extra money we gave Mo, but we can give you some of our free lighting.
Mo negotiated a settlement. It was one giant check and one big box of shit. Yeah. Whatever you got around the office. I don't care. One big box of your shit.
By the way, this is how conspiracy theories happen. Because you start going down a road and you're like, well, bingo bongo.
This totally makes sense. Well, obviously, there's going to be another Q drop
on
soon.
SafeLight's social media yesterday.
I did say that. I was like, she couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand it. Had to say something.
They're getting me with the lights.
And she did a perfect passive aggressive. I fixed that for you. I'm like, mwah, man.
They only respond to the positive comments, and then they start turning comments off because it's all negative.
What if this is SafeLight's version of the horse head? Just a plug.
Well, that's how they get you. They sneak the lights. they sneak the lights into your home so they can monitor you.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Someone's trying to monitor my house.
Yeah, safe like trying to get me.
And
that's
then-
a special type of paranoia.
And then, so then our guest comes that is watching today's show.
Yeah, came in from Dallas.
Yeah, came in from
welcome,
Dallas.
sir. We appreciate you being here.
And the first thing he said is, "Hey, did you get my box?"
And I go, oh, that was you.
and then he's like, "I emailed you." And then Sam's like, "What? I didn't get an email." She goes in there. She's like, "No email. Wait a minute. It's below your email that you sent me." It said,
What was the second half of the email?
Oh, wait a minute. You didn't read an email like Tom?
And then I was like, yes, it's happening to her too.
Correction. I read all my emails. I just forgot the second half where he said, oh, by the way, I'm also sending a package.
Well, wait a minute.
Well,
If you didn't read the second half, that's not a full email
I just
range.
said I read
technically worse.
the email. I forgot the second half where he said, I'm sending a package.
Yeah. It's
Not that I didn't read it, because I even responded, cool.
So you read it, you just didn't commit it to memory.
Well, I also have been working like a slave this week, so I'm sure a lot of things.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, listen, and all that
Who
matters.
worked 9 hours folding shirts and putting them in envelopes.
I'm just checking. I just want to
All
make sure.
that matters is an unfortunate
so.
thing happened to you.
It's not that unfortunate. I got a box of cool stuff.
No, but it caused your searcher. Who the hell said this? Is like what? There's a lot of
Dude, that took
thought.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But I laugh when any of these things happen, especially like this morning with Daniel when Bill Bellamy showed up, and then we're offering him,
This was terrible.
And I always
Does the spring break music just automatically play when he walks in the door?
Oh, we talked about spring break.
He
Listen
just looks
to the interview. It's
incredible.
great.
He
Yeah.
absolutely looks incredible. It's crazy.
So he shows up, and we got water and Diet Cokes and beers in our fridge. But we never use our coffee maker. The last person who used it regularly was Butler when he was here.
Yeah,
and
we had another one. We had like a regular coffee maker in here for a while that never was used.
Yeah.
Making coffee here, though, like I don't like making a pot of coffee for some reason.
Yeah, I
like
drink
to
my
buy
coffee in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah, I buy it at I'll buy it at like Dunkin' Donuts, or I'll like make one at the house. Just like one cup.
But anyway, so we were like, Bill, do you want some water or whatever? Help yourself. He's like, you have a coffee? And then as soon as Daniel was standing next to the coffee maker, and I put my hands up and started walking
Well,
back.
I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to do it. I was like, I know I got to do this. I know you're not going to do it. And I didn't trust you really to do it. So I didn't
that's
trust
fine.
you to do it.
I
didn't trust myself to do it.
Like, I don't know how to work that coffee maker. I don't know what the tricks are.
Yeah,
Who bought that coffee maker?
Butler.
Yeah.
Butler. And Sam was already in position,
It's
like
not
ready
the
to
old
go.
one with the carafe and everything all in? Okay.
Yeah.
That thing was
we
a
had
hunk
a
of
huge-
shit, too.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We had an issue with that one,
That
too.
thing was an issue, too. Yeah,
What
that
was the issue with that one?
That was
Maybe we'll tell that story after.
Yeah, that was cue that one up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
because I overreacted. I'm shitting on it, yelling in a text thread, and then Ross got all mad.
long story.
Oh, it's a long story, yeah.
So Daniel starts making Bill's coffee, but there's too much water.
Well, no, like the back of it. Okay, the back of this thing is very odd, and I've never seen a Keurig like this before. It's got a little area to put the water in, but I guess you do it every time. And when you put the water in, it says like 8 to 12 max, and I was thinking, is that like that's got to be normally it would be cups, but on this it's got to be ounces. Because it's a 1.
Yeah. It's a single use.
Yeah, it's a single use. So I filled it up with water, and then I hit the button, and then it sucks all the water in, and then nothing happens. And I'm like, oh my God, this thing just ate the water. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? All the water's gone. It's not making any noise. It's not. I'm punching at the sides of it. It's not heating up. It's not doing. It just ate the water.
What's good for Daniel's anxiety is that Bill Bellamy's just standing there staring
Over
at
my
him.
shoulder, and he's 6'7" or whatever. He's standing over my shoulder, and I can hear Bill Bellamy like.
And Daniel's trying to figure out.
He's just.
I'm hiding in the office.
By the way, Bill Bellamy has the best. He smells the best, and his breath is fantastic. But he's right over me, and I can smell him and feel his breath. And then I'm like, well, what do I do? So I take another cup of water and I fill it up to 12, I guess, ounces again, and I hit the button again. And guess what it does, Ross? It eats the water, and the water's gone. There's no water. Like I don't know what's happening. Then finally, it starts to like do that thing that coffee pots do, where they just go. They go.
Yeah, it's starting up.
I'm like, what the fuck? Can anybody tell me what the little clicks of a coffee maker are? So anyway, I'm like, oh no. oh no, he wants a cup. And I look at the cup's 8 ounces, and I just put 24 ounces of water in there. So it just starts. It was like it was happening to me again, Ross. It was like punishment for yelling at you on the group text thread about the coffee that we had. The coffee problem we had. It was like God saying, "Yep, now's about the time. Get him." So then it starts filling it up to the top, and then I have to like take it, and then Bill's like, yeah, dump a little of that. I'm trying to dump it out, and then it's still coming out. Then as I dump it into the sink, I look in the coffee mug, and I realize that the coffee that I made, and because it was 24 ounces of water on like an 8 ounce like Keurig pod, the coffee in the cup looks like pee-pee. Like old man, light brown, yellow pee-pee. And I'm like, oh my God. So I dumped it out. I dumped it out the best I could, and then I was just hoping that last like 7 or 8 ounces would drop in the cup correctly, and I guess it did okay, because he drank all of it. He drank all of it.
Yeah, but he's too nice. Yeah, it tastes like shit, I'm sure.
I bet it tastes like shit. But anyway, thank you, Bill.
No options.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right.
It was really, really bad. You love that, huh?
No, I love it. Yeah, but just because I go through these situations all the time, and then I like when someone else.
That's how you live your life. So what do you like?
When someone else, I'm like, I feel like
I'm going to start doing what Sam does. She's got it right. You come in here prepared. You get all your paperwork in here, and you just sit down ready to go. I'm not going to go out there because I'm not going to get pulled into the coffee vortex again.
So I started freaking out about time again. It's got to be some weird anxiety.
Would you take half a puff on the legal weed vape again?
By the way, we did a 420 show for BDMs only yesterday with Ross and
a lot of light
Merrick
bulb content.
And
a lot of light bulb content. Yeah.
We also have a 3-year BDM best of. Was best of the year 3 BDM.
It's really, really good. So there's some SBK on there, some special stuff you probably haven't heard in a very long time.
So if you're not a BDM, sign up to get the extra content. Anyway, I have this time anxiety, Ross, where you know how everybody tells you, like, oh, enjoy it while it lasts. Your kids grow up so fast. The next thing you know, they'll be gone or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I've taken it to heart. And then because I've seen it where, like, Crystal's constantly showing me videos of the kids when they were babies, you know?
Oh, she posts a lot about that. And then I can always tell when your wife is having a bit of that. Andrea does it, but she doesn't really post it. But your wife put one up this morning at like 2 in the morning of like your 2 sons in a stroller as babies, and and you could tell she's in her feelings.
She goes, every single night she's looking through her Instagram, always showing me pictures of like, look how cute they were.
I think most mamas, if they're a good mama and like being a mama, I don't want to speak for the bad ones, but I think good mamas do that.
Maybe spend that time with your kids.
I want those.
Cherish the moment, not the past.
So then, but it reminds me constantly that, man, it does go fast, and like this time is gone, and like the time now will be gone anyway. So I got fucking time anxiety about it. So I convinced myself, I'm like, I need to do more with my son. So I'm gonna come up with this thing called.
I'm gonna make him hang on the bar for 6
Wait, why does it have to have a theme? Why does everything have to be like, I'm gonna come up with it? So you come up with the name first. You're doing the thing marketing. The podcasters do, where they're like, we'll get the name first, we'll get the T-shirts, then we'll record.
Because they get excited about Adventure Wednesdays, which I'm calling.
Is that what you're calling Adventure Wednesdays, which is just an offshoot of Weird Joe Wednesday? Is Adventure Wednesday?
It's all the same. I have a couple ideas.
Sam, you heard of Adventure Wednesdays?
I haven't. And wasn't it Thursday?
No, it was Friday. It was Fun Fridays.
Fun Fridays was a thing.
Did you cancel Fun Fridays?
No, Fun Fridays is still, that kind of dwindled a little bit. But this Adventure Wednesdays.
I mean, how many fucking mini golf courses can you go to before you want to blow your brains out?
If I know one thing about Adventure, it's scheduled.
It's
Romancing the Stone, 4:30 p.m. Let's do it.
And it's father-son only.
Whoa! Hold on a second, codependent family.
Well, this is for...
You're giving Mama a break.
Well, not even that.
What is it, the No Ma'am Club? What was it?
No Ma'am, you got it right.
I just want the memories, because when we go out all as a family, Crystal's usually in charge, because I'm bumbling all over the place.
Smart,
so you
want to make sure that the boys are taken care of.
Yeah, they also have realized, they're like, is Mom coming? I'm like, no. They're like, are you sure? they're nervous about it. I'm like, yeah, what do you think I am?
Maisie does that.
I can do anything. I can go to war right now.
Maisie will do that, like where I'll be driving her to dance, and Maisie will tell Andrea, she's like, we're good. Like she's in charge. And I'm just the guy driving.
And so I start because I market it to them or I get them excited
you
about
market it to them. Wow, this sounds horrible already.
Well, they wake up, there's a flyer in their bag.
It's on their windshield wiper.
Because if I don't, they'll be disappointed because all they want to do is play video games.
Hey, come on out to Tia. Come on out to Tia. We got ladies night.
And they only have a certain amount of time to play video games and homework.
That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. Fuck your Adventure Wednesdays.
But I have to be like, hey, Adventure Wednesdays are coming. That's where me and you we're all gonna go on an adventure. And they're like, yay!
You always say they say yay, and I'd have to hear audio of that to really.
I've never heard them say.
Thank you, Sam. I need somebody else to record the audio of them in unison going yay,
because they say that days prior, not when you stop video games. You're like, hey, it's time to go.
Yeah, why do you say it like that?
Turn off Minecraft.
Time to go.
Hey, you knuckleheads, turn off Minecraft. We're going on a fucking adventure.
Because then they're pissed. They're like, oh God, but then they remember.
Put your shirt on.
Anyway, so I was like, what are we going to do? And this is another...
Wait a minute, you didn't have an adventure plan?
Well,
you waited to the last second?
I decided...
Siri, search local adventures.
I decided to do rock climbing because that is one of the...
I've noticed that recently I've seen what your sons have been doing because every 8 and 9-year-old boy wants to play poker and rock climb. Yeah, it's the two things that all 8-year-olds are into.
There's not that many adventures around Castleberry.
Poker and rock climbing.
We can go to the goddamn Pelican gas station. That's an adventure. But you could actually die.
Why don't you take them into Buffalo Wild Wings? Yeah. That's an adventure.
Anyway.
Take them to a Hooters.
So I'm like, let's
walk
go rock
barefoot
climbing.
around the Amway Center.
Because also, another part of this is in my fantasy that we're going to start going rock climbing every Wednesday and they're going to get into it and I'm going to get into it.
In the mountains of Florida.
And then one day we're going to go in a super rock climbing adventure. We're going to go out to like the Rocky Mountains and like go and climb a mountain together. This is when they're teenagers.
Okay. This is replace sailboat, right? This is the new sailboat.
It's just like we started, at the bottom, Adventure Wednesdays. We started with Adventure Wednesdays, and we fell in love with rock climbing. Now we're at the peak of some mountain, and they're all together. There's a rainbow
look at
flag.
Us. We're in love with rocks.
And then I'm
nothing better than this.
Anyway, that's my fantasy.
Okay.
So
I don't want to yuck on your yum, but this has replaced sailboat, right? Is sailboat dead?
Well, sailboat was with my wife, and then when I started realizing, I don't spend the rest of my goddamn life.
I'd rather be on a mountain with my boys forever than on a boat with my wife forever.
Just telling me that I'm doing it all wrong. Anyway, my hands don't work. I can't do it.
I got too real.
Which brings me to rock climbing as well too.
Really sad.
So anyway,
my hands don't work.
That's my the future fantasy. But it was like Adventure Wednesday. We're gonna go rock climbing. So I searched rock climbing. That I found that there's some place in Longwood.
There's a lot of places around here.
And then so indoor rock climbing, cool. Like I'm like, we're going there. Now I didn't look into it at all, of course.
Did you call?
I didn't call. It's like a website. Who calls?
I mean,
so what am I supposed to say?
Well, I mean, I would say
I'm coming.
You say like, hey, I've never done this before. What hours are you open? Is this good for? I got these little guys. They're of this age and this age.
You guys open to the public on this day,
or like, hey, I've never done this before.
Do I need to bring shoes?
Yeah. Is it better to book this on a weekend, or is it better to book it during the week?
Do we need a training session ahead of time?
Do you think Tom is asking any questions?
Like, are you busy right now?
The website, and then I hit go to and Google Maps, and it took me there.
That's fair.
It all can be fleshed out when we get there.
I will
Tom
say
shows up with a nylon rope.
I will say that what you're doing is more of an adventure than what I was telling you to do. Like, calling is less adventurous, so I'll give you that point for Tom.
There's benefits to it, like knowing what you're going into. That's a benefit.
To make the most out of the adventure.
Speaking of that, so I just it's in some warehouse district in Longwood. So I go there. First, I can't find it. I'm like, where the hell is there's a bunch of warehouses like A, B,
I don't see any rocks anywhere.
And then
rock climbing studio always in a warehouse because they need the high ceiling.
Yeah. So then I see
a bunch of dudes,
some people walk in there with gear and shit. All right. So I'm like, oh, this
White guys with dreadlocks.
Is this the one downtown?
No,
A lot of Subarus. Subarus everywhere.
Yeah,
all
trucks.
the Subarus.
And so I'm like, oh, this must be the place. So we go in there.
I smell rocks, boy.
And we go up to the desk, and then I notice there's like...
Did you climb it?
I don't know.
Climb the desk to show them you're here for business.
I look around, I scanned the area, and I'm like, well, this doesn't look like the Planet Obstacle that I thought I was walking into. Yeah. Like, where's the ball pit?
You wanted more of like more of a Monkey Joe, less of a guy with dreadlocks shows you how to hang from one fingernail.
Excuse me, miss, where's your trampoline floor?
I was like, where are your ticket counters?
You guys got a snack bar here?
Prizes.
I
need 2 Dippin' Dots and
a pitcher.
Because the boys have done the rock climbing at the Planet Obstacle and other places where it's like,
Planet Obstacle.
Yeah, my kids have done it at Universal. I don't go to a Gila and expect the fucking Jurassic Park ride to be there.
Okay, well, I just thought it was similar. Like, when I went rock climbing, I was like, oh, it's got to be for kids, too. Like, not just for
no offense
who the
to rock
fuck is a
climbers.
professional rock climber.
No offense to rock climbers, but when I look at rock climbing, I'm like, that's for kids. All rock climbing.
It's like karate.
Yeah.
Or, again.
Exactly. That's why we're in business together.
Committed 30-year-old hippies.
Right.
Guys who are hardcore into being a hippie way into their adult
Either
life.
you're going to die doing it or you're a child. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no gray area.
Yeah, I thought it would be themed a lot more around kids. Right? So I go in there, Max and Tommy, and we go behind the desk.
Are they awkward? Are they as awkward as you are?
No, because the person that works there, they're just glad for business, right? As like everybody else, like who they rocking.
They want to get you interested.
Although
in it.
I could tell by looking into her eyes, she knew that I didn't know what I was getting into, or like I shouldn't have been there. Right?
Now you're a little awkward around the ladies sometimes. Where you?
No. Well,
because you always try to impress them.
No.
So
at the rock climbing place, they judge you by your forearms, and you, sir, cannot hold up to that scrutiny.
So. She's like, are you belay certified? And then I'm like, no, I am not.
Belay?
I'm like, I was at one time a forklift certified.
You made that joke? Please tell me you didn't make that joke. That's a great dad joke. I don't know whether to love you or hate you because you said that. You said, I was once forklift.
Anyway, so then she was like,
you let that lapse? You should definitely get that re-upped.
Do you want to rent shoes or...
I got shoes.
That's what I said.
No shit, I don't.
Because I did wear shoes.
I asked you about that.
I knew better to wear. I put my daddy-os on.
I'm trying to guess the answers. Let's see how well
pulled
we
them
know.
tight. And so I have some,
Was there doo-doo on the bottom?
there's like those blue Nike Shock Daddy-os.
Oh, man.
And then so...
Sir, there is dog shit on every single...
There's the biggest pile of dog shit I've ever seen outside right now. I know. I took a picture of it. I was going to send it to you guys.
You know what's funny is I actually went outside with Tom and I watched the dog shit throw itself against his feet.
It's not his fault, guys.
So,
it's not his fault.
By the way, my sons are wearing jeans. They're just jeans and their regular shoes. So,
like every good rock climber.
But for an adventure, you want to wear jeans.
Yeah, but I'm looking around, and even in the lobby and the people walking in, they are like what you would expect rock climbers to look like. Free
like
solo.
Under Armour, like action pants.
Yeah, like
almost like their dads told them dress up for rock climbing.
They had the pouches and the tiny shoes.
Chalk, dude. How you gonna carry your chalk?
Yeah, gotta have it.
And they had everybody had a tank top.
Tons
and
of carabiners hanging off of them.
And they were all like super ripped.
Bandanas. Did you have a bandana?
I had no bandana. Well, you bullied me out of it.
Well, bring them back for rock climbing. They're approved.
So I was like, I don't need the shoes. Plus, the shoes are $6 a piece. And then I was like, do you have to have them?
Don't be
she's
cheap.
like, no, you don't need the shoes.
Dude, it's $6.
And she's like, you can come back if you don't need it.
You buy a $10 smoothie every day of your life.
And I'm like, do you need the thing? It was already like $50 to be there with the shoes and the stuff. I don't want to be in the $100.
Let's give
there's a price tag on
it
this
is
adventure?
insane the fact that but only on certain things. He throws money at random shit.
DoorDash, he'll do
for certain things, he's
$190.
nickel and diming. It's like, dude.
Well, I just don't want to waste it. I was like, do we need the shoes? We got shoes. Like, how? We're not professionals. And we're trying it out.
Sam just sent me a picture of that dude doo-doo outside. It's bigger. It's too big for the photo. Like, you can't even fit it all in the photo.
So
good Lord, Sam.
We pay and we walk into a gigantic warehouse filled with different rock climbing activities.
Yeah, apparatuses and footholds and arm holds.
And everybody in there has the shoes,
Is
the
it
pouch.
quiet?
It's quiet rock climbing. And then they're doing the light up wall that moves and the fucking
What?
the one that,
awesome.
they've got conveyor belt ones.
Yeah, the conveyor belt.
Like never ending.
And then there's like a half circle of professional rock climbers watching this guy do the move where he's like trying to get up to this little tiny handhold. It's like he's holding it with his fingers, and then it's a whole thing. And then so she walks in. She's like, the first time here, she goes over to one rock wall. She's like, you can't use the ones that you have to like spot someone the belay because you're not belay certified, but you can use the auto belays that we have, and there's a wall of it, right? And she starts explaining about like what the difficult level means, and like there's a 5.3
But you
and a
tuned it out,
5.3.
right? Well, I can see it in your eyes.
Let's get to it. Anyway, so then the boys start climbing, but there's not that much things for them to
you
climb.
just told me there was nothing but like
it's more of a pro.
But it's like you go to a motorcycle course without a motorcycle license. Like, you sit on the bike, you can scoot it around with your feet if you want.
You're
but
limited.
Like, don't
You're
start
limited.
it up. Don't use the throttle. To be belay certified, that's when you're tied to the rope and you can go all the way up, and a guy can let you down without dropping you on your fucking legs and breaking your fibula.
And there's also, it seems to be skewed towards rock climbing pros more toward than your Planet Obstacle.
Monkey Joe's.
I mean, I would say a quick call could have sorted this out. I see why you wouldn't have wanted to kill the adventure.
But I mean, they do have a tab on their website that has all the information for first-time visitors.
Yeah, but he was on his phone, not on a computer. No tabs on mobile.
Yeah, I know what to expect.
Most places will let a kid free climb up to like 6 or 8 feet, like on any wall, and that's usually good for like tykes your age. You know, like,
what did you think? Did they get the fire in their belly for rock climbing?
Okay, so they were climbing here and there and climbing up, and they liked it. But
I do wonder why you choose rock climbing. I do wonder that, considering you're in Florida.
Yeah, what made you think of that?
Well, because it's
just something you never done.
It's an adventure. Rock climbing, bungee jumping, kayaking,
whitewater.
These are all anti-Florida things, by the way. These are all things you do not do in Florida.
Rafting,
not Florida. Kayaking, boring in Florida.
Skiing.
So,
I mean, water skiing, maybe.
So anyway, we end up sticking mainly to the self-belaying wall, and the boys are like getting up these two different like each.
So there's like a spring-loaded pulley at the top, kind of, and like as you climb, it'll suck up the rope by itself.
Yeah,
you know,
and
then if you let go,
it'll let you down slowly.
Did anybody notice that? And he doesn't have a bandana on today, but Ross looks like a rock climber.
I've climbed.
You look like a rock climber.
I'm too fat to do it, but
come on, man.
Yeah.
Well, nah, you'll get there.
So speaking of that, I let the boys, they're going up and down, they're making it as good, and then they're like, "Well, Dad, because we had to all put the
oh, I know you hate this,
the safety harness on."
And how short were those shorts, buddy?
You hate a harness.
Did your nuts fall out?
But she did help me get through it.
But he's got a skinny but very long D. I bet his dick fell out.
By the way, you know you're an old man when they're like, put your legs through the safety harness, and then you go to reach for something to hold on to. Where you're like, oh, I'm holding onto my boy's head so I can get my feet through both. Anyway, so I have the harness on because I paid for myself to climb too. So
well, you got to be on the adventure. It's not just their adventure.
So my boys are going up this easy route, and this next route next door to it, it says there's the easy one's a 5.3, and the one next to it is 5.6. Yeah. So I'm like, well, it can't be that much.
3 notches higher.
It's 0.3 different, right? Like so, but I don't know what the scale is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, what?
But you don't know. But he also doesn't care what the scale is, which is important for the story.
Like, I'm not going to go back to the goddamn front desk and be like, can you give me a printout of the scale?
Excuse me.
That's got to be close.
I would imagine it's pretty close.
And then, so you got to unhook the self-belay thing. There's this like warning, and you got to hook yourself in before you climb. So I'm like, all right, boys, watch this. So they come back. And then, so I go up there, hook myself in, and I'm on the 5.6. Right now, there's other climbers like that are climbing up, getting down, unhooking.
Are you looking at them? Because like normally we have determined that you, we used to think that this didn't matter to you, but we now, more than ever, we know that you are completely aware of every set of eyes on you at any moment. And
even when they're not on him.
Yeah, and it bothers the shit out of you. Like, you think everybody is suddenly stopped climbing and is now turned to you and said, look at the guy having an adventure with his boys.
No, well, he is the guy climbing the wall in flip-flops with two boys in jeans. So
there's a hillbilly aspect to this. Sadie Hawkins-y kind of.
You're the newbie that everybody's making fun of.
Little Abner-y.
You go to the gym, you don't know how to use equipment, and everybody films you, and they put you on fucking Jerry of the Day. I've seen it. It's on the internet. They make fun of you. And then so they'll put...
You do have to worry about being made the fool on the internet now. It is true.
So then I get
I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Now I'm like I said, I'm wearing regular daddy-os, and I thought I put them tight.
Blue shocks.
And so I start climbing up this thing, and I'm like, I could climb. Like I could do pull-ups. Like,
you're strong. You are strong.
So this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, there'll be the Planet Obstacle handholds. They're like all chunky grip to be able to, like, I can do pull-ups on this, right?
On like a 5.1, they're probably
So
5.1 is when they stop the chunky grip.
Sure.
So then I start climbing up. I get about 10 to 12 feet high. Not that high, right?
But hey, I mean, for an old man, that's pretty high.
I think it's like 25 feet.
Yeah, but if you're 12 feet in the air, I mean,
that's not that. I mean, that's the top of the roof, right? It's not that high.
Okay.
Because you're double this height or more.
And at this point, your clip just falls off your harness and swings away.
Yeah, I'm clipped in, but I'm shaking at this point because just to get that, and then the holds,
because it's not just a pulling up; it's also a holding yourself to.
Yes,
and that's the part that you have to hold yourself against a wall that you're falling off of.
Yeah.
The pulling really gets you.
And then not only that, but the grips are all smooth. So I'm just holding on to the smooth grips and just like a river stone where it's nothing to hold on to.
Yeah, you know what? They got these special shoes. You can really jam your toes into those.
Speaking of shoes,
if only you had those.
Speaking of shoes, my daddy-os, every time I put my feet somewhere and try to, my heel comes out of the back of the shoe because they're loose. So I'm kicking
loose boots on
my loose shoes and my toe, and they're also bigger than they should be. So the toe is all floppy. So I'm holding on to the side of it.
A pair of hand-me-downs on.
I'm 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall.
12 feet up there.
I'm 12 feet tall, bulletproof boards.
And then it dawns on me that I'm not going to be able to go any further. Because if I go to,
are you out of gas? What part of your body?
Are you breathing at all?
Because your upper body is very strong. But what's happening?
It's the fact that I can't hold on anymore because my hands are numb.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to hold on to because I don't know shit about rock climbing.
Can you feel it, or is it painful?
I'm in pain.
Is it pain?
And I'm holding on, man. Now, here's the problem. Now,
you can climb yourself into a position where you can look ahead and see there's nowhere to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And
we have to stay there forever.
Live there now.
The problem being, it took me so long to get up there. All of a sudden, to the right and left of me are rock climbers, right?
Oh,
and
how close? How close? Could you touch them?
Oh, it is.
Could you touch them?
Within 3 feet. Like
close.
From
me to you.
Yeah, they're close. And
one of them's a little girl, and she's like, "You can do it, sir."
No, one was a older woman. I say older, but in their 20s, but ripped, wearing like the sports bra, tiny
pants,
like spandex, like
rock climbing clothes,
like rock climbing. And she's ripped. And the other, the dude next to me looks like a fucking free solo autistic guy, ripped, skinny,
climbing man.
Yeah, white fingers, holding things, doing the moves, and
white fingers.
So I'm sitting there, and as my hands are shaking, I'm like, oh shit. I saw my boys let go, and the self-belay brought them down slowly. But in my weight, is this going to how fast am I going to fall with the what I'm saying? And if I let go of this, am I going to swing into either the free solo or the hot chick rock bunny next to me?
The hot chick rock bunny.
If I knock into them, it's going to be super embarrassing, right?
Be
because
terrible.
I'm the newbie up there with the fucking floppy shoes.
You're a guest. You're not even a newbie yet. A newbie would be a person that's been a couple times. You're just a guest pass at this point. So
I'm like, well, I'm going to attempt to just climb my way down 1 foot at a time back down, so I don't fall. Because if the self-belay is faster than I think, I'm going to look like a fool. Get down, to the bottom of the thing too fast, and I land on my ass, and everybody's like, oh, look at this
Blows
guy.
your shoes off. They go flying in different directions.
Anyway, first step, immediately I slide off everything I'm holding on. And then, and what happened is the self-belaying just literally drug me down the side of the bed with all the holes.
You got washboarded?
Lifting and exposing my old man Flappy Belly.
Oh, your titties fell out. You slid down the wall as the river rocks pulled your titties out. Okay, that makes sense.
All the way down to the bottom, in which...
and then you lay in a pile of naked pile.
Fast enough where I don't just land like the Spider-Man, like I land and fall on my butt.
Do you have straight marks on your belly?
What do your boys say?
It gently lifted my shirt.
Hey.
My boys are. They had. When I looked to see, they're not paying attention. All this for them. They're just looking off somewhere else. Max is on a different place. Anyway, then we did a little bit more rock climbing. Tommy said he's too hot.
He's always hot.
It's inside.
He's wearing jeans.
And then
and he's got that big mop of hair.
Then on the car ride home, I was like, "What adventure do you want to do next week?" And they said bowling.
Bowling is fun.
That's fun.
That's fun.
And then
Bowling is fun.
And then like, what am I doing? Can I just hang out with them at the house? Like,
Yeah.
what do I have to do all this?
I mean, they said they wanted to go. Again, if
bowling is great.
ask them what they want to do, then do that. Don't just make some shit up. Hey, let's go rock climbing. They have
Next
no interest in
week,
rock climbing.
speedboat racing.
In my mind, I have this whole fantasy drawn out.
I do too. I have a fantasy of even seeing my daughter sometime. I don't. I mean, she's coming back into town this weekend, I guess. So.
I feel like one of the strictures of adventure is it can't be air conditioned. Like
No,
you
I know.
have to be outside,
Like an outdoor adventure.
Yeah, you gotta be. You
well,
gotta
you were
break
the
a
king
sweat.
of adventures with your boys.
We really liked state parks. Florida's got some great state, even like in the county. County's got some fucking sick parks.
Going hiking and stuff. Yeah.
Hiking, boating. It's fun, Tom. Here's a good one for you. It's kind of like bowling, but it's outdoors. Frisbee golf.
Yeah.
There's a little park.
that is good.
There's a bunch. There's
How
one down
zip
by
lining?
There's one down by the airport. There's
He
one
hates
out.
zip lines. Don't mention it to him.
It's for his boys, right?
It's
The
not
zoo.
about what they want.
Sanford Zoo has a real cool zip line.
You have to be a
course.
certain height, and they're not there yet.
Sneak your kids into that. shit.
Oh, really?
Come on.
For the zip
Put
line?
stuff in their shoes.
I think
Come
the
on.
zoo one, like babies can do for real.
I took Crystal there for our anniversary.
She wasn't told.
Wait, you took your wife to the zoo for an anniversary?
Zip
The
lining at
Sanford Zoo?
Gatorland. No,
At
no.
Gatorland.
Wait, you took your wife ziplining at Gatorland for her anniversary?
It was we had free vouchers.
Oh, that's not an anniversary.
I don't think I remember this.
Well, it was like one of the ones that don't count like 4 or 5. Who gives a shit? And they got free vouchers at the radio station, and it was like, we were both poor.
Yeah.
Zip lining.
I went down to Gatorland and watched a radio goof walk across a gator pond one time.
Yeah, I was at that too.
There was like 6 or 8 guys with poles. They don't tell you that part on the radio.
Yeah, they don't talk about the poles.
Yeah. There was no danger whatsoever.
So they didn't like the rock climbing.
No, it was
What
fine.
did you think of the rock
It was
climbing?
fine. I couldn't even do it. So
Did they make like the top of a thing and ring a little bell?
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. They made an accomplishment. They made an achievement. That's good.
Yeah, but we didn't get to bond like I thought. And
What kind of bonding do you...
You know what?
if you were to do rock climbing correctly and you had bonded correctly...
Spend the 5 minutes, get belay certified.
Yeah, what would have happened? Is it you guys making the top and you all high five? Like, what is your idea?
Yeah, I don't think of like rock climbing as like a group activity.
Me neither. Like
But
what? So
when you
what
do-
is like the thing that like
No,
you
we-
want? What do you
Well,
what do you
we-
picture in your imagination?
We learned how to do it. Then we drive in a van to like a mountain, and we look at the side, and we're like, we're going to do this today. And then we start from the bottom, get all the way to
You
the top.
realize those people spend 20 years
There's no fucking way.
learning
But-
that stuff, right?
And then
Like,
I learned
how
the
to nav-
ropes and all that.
Oh, I see what you did.
But you're not even willing to do the belay course at the place.
I saw the other people
He
do it.
skipped
That's what I'm
That's all.
saying.
They're
Yeah,
just
he wants-
holding
he
a rope.
just
What
wants-
kind of
yeah.
certification do you need?
That's what I'm saying. It takes 5 fucking minutes. Do it. And then you do have that. You and your son are tied together by a rope. And as he climbs, you're taking up his slack. You're like, hey, look at the blue one up to your left. That's
And then
where
you have to
get,
cooperate.
That's where you make a little
Yeah.
connection.
And that's
rock
more of an
climbing.
adventure.
You belay for
Yeah.
him. He's like, I made it to the top.
Yeah,
let me
then,
down now,
then
Dad.
you don't
let
even
him
have to
down
climb.
slow.
All you have to do is spot.
Correct. You're just pulling a little bit of rope. You're working a little bit of a fucking lever
That's
to
not
let
a
him
bad
down
idea.
at the end.
You know,
Not a bad idea.
I mentioned when we were going rock climbing timing that I thought that you had to like spot people with the ropes, and then Crystal had a mini freak out where she was like, "You have to be in charge of,
she knew.
of not letting our sons fall to their death." And then she's like, "There's no way that could be true." She started looking on the internet, and they're like, "Stop saying that in front of them. I want them to trust their old man with their lives." But like, Crystal's poisoned their minds, and now they have doubt that I may put their lives in danger, and I'm mad about that too.
Okay.
You 100% would be putting their lives in danger. That's where the bond comes from.
That is the bond. Yeah, the trust involved
anyway.
there. All right. Well,
listen,
take a little break here.
Next week, bowling, and we'll go back up to. We'll work our way
What's
back
after
up to-
bowling, you think? Surfing. How about surfing?
If she doesn't trust you to belay your kids on a rock wall at a fucking climbing studio, then you shouldn't be able to drive them to the goddamn
What
climbing
about
studio. It's exactly as
surfing?
hard.
They swim like fish. Get 3 surfboards, 1 big one, 2 little ones. You all go out in satellite. Mark Villan will help you
No,
out.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Surfing,
coming. Yeah,
surfing.
that's coming. It's just you have to paddle out past the wake. I don't know if they're big enough yet.
No, you don't.
You can
Dude,
do the
you're
one at
just
Typhoon
learning.
Lagoon.
Dude.
They have a surf class
Yeah, they got
in
a
the
wave.
morning.
You know,
You got to get up
Ivanhoe.
early.
like
though.
$800.
Lake Ivanhoe has a
Get off your
paddleboard
wallet,
course.
old man.
You get on the stand-up paddleboard. They take you around Lake Ivanhoe, show you all the fancy houses and shit.
I did the
hate
paddleboard with his
paddleboards.
wife one time. He hated it. He refused to go. It was me and Andrea, and then it was supposed to be him and his wife, and then he didn't go. He stayed home, and they sent his sister, Crystal's sister, instead.
All right, I think I got an Adventure Tom speed then. The Soto Target has a cart escalator.
I
Go
love the
shopping,
cart escalator.
Go shopping, and then you can put the cart on an escalator and ride an escalator up right next to your cart, Tom. It's
Listen.
mostly air. You do have to get outside a little bit.
There's nothing fun about paddleboarding. I'm just telling you. And you're standing kayak.
I saw something that made it fun though the other day. It's the little fin you can buy that's an engine for your paddleboard. And you unscrew the one that comes with your paddleboard.
Oh,
You
so the
screw
jet
in-
blast one?
and then your paddleboard goes.
Yeah.
And now you got a cool paddleboard.
Well, now you got a boat. I like boating.
I know.
I just
see
want
the
to sit
problem.
there.
You think adventure is supposed to be fun? No, adventure is supposed to be like a little bit of a pain in the ass and a challenge.
No, he's done that. We did a mud walk. We did the whole night. They don't like that either.
yeah.
Maybe adventuring's not for you.
Well, I just have to find the word.
Let's go see a movie Wednesday. I think that's what I'm looking for.
You'll see. You'll see.
I hope you get it. I hope you get the adventure. See, I'd like to come along.
All right.
I don't get any adventures.
Take Dan on your adventure.
All my adventures are dance adventures.
He's not a girl.
And I don't do anything. I just sit there in a chair and I watch everybody dance.
Well, Maisie's working her ass off. That's
She
what I
is.
want. For the adventurers to you get there. There's a lot of prep involved.
You're not working your ass off. Why are you asking the little boys to do it? So do your boys.
I know. That's how it drives me
I
crazy.
think we figured it out.
Hey, because now I'm at the age. When I was their age, I hated work more, and now I'm getting older. I'm learning to appreciate work and how work.
There's
ethic
value
and all.
in it for sure.
And but they're young like I was, and I hated work when I was young. So of course,
Let them have their youth, man.
But Maisie's working.
I don't know. That's just
She's
'cause
grinding.
She's like her mom. No, she just thinks it's fun.
Yeah.
She would not spend she would ride her bike down to the dance studio and stay there all day if she could.
Yeah. That's where
That's what she would do.
people
Like,
that grind their ass off in something and
Yeah,
are
but you
successful.
can't
They're trying to
that.
grind on Roblox and you won't let them.
Well, that doesn't get you nothing.
Dude, there's gamers that make tons of money.
There are.
Yeah,
there-
no, they'll never do that. If you want to be a pro,
Not with you when you can't let them play. They got to practice.
I'm going to tell my sons, if you want to be a pro gamer and make money doing it, you have to the links you have to go to do that. Is
It's just like
insane.
anything else. I mean,
Like,
if you want to be top tier.
You got to grind and market yourself, and it's going to be all. The gaming has 5% to do with it. It's the marketing and
It's
all.
mainly what color you dye your hair and what curse words you say.
Cool
to start
catchphrases.
that-
That's
start a
true.
trend.
How you can reinvent the N-word for Twitch.
Exactly.
So you
Yeah, but
can hide it and
Well, no, those.
sneak your racism in there.
Well,
and-
those gamers don't make any money. I'm talking about the gamers that make money, the Prestons of the world, and all the other fucking gamers that are millionaires. Like those guys, first they started at a different time. I don't even know if that's
most
possible.
of them lucked out.
To get the following now because there's too much saturation of it, right?
It's TikTok right now. You got to get famous on TikTok right
Like
now.
if you wanted to be a professional Fortnite gamer, I mean the ship has sailed on that.
I
There's
think
too
so,
many,
yeah.
right?
Correct.
I think so. Same with Madden. You look at these big tournaments, and most of the guys that are in there have been established, and they're like household names now.
But
they're like guys that are like, oh, that guy's the number one guy, and he's been that way for 10 years.
There's two ways to go with it. You can either be like really, really, really good at the game and just stack dubs and fucking win every game, or you could be entertaining on stream.
Right.
You could suck and be entertaining about it, and those are the two
True.
ways to go, basically.
Yeah, and nearly impossible to
Find an audience at this point.
yeah, because there's so much of it. Anyway, all right, let's take a break.
Yes, sir. Name of the band is Rancid. The name of the song is Tomorrow Never Comes. It's brand new music from them. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN, show at TOMANDDAN.com for last-minute voicemails and emails. All right, you maggots, get some goddamn new flooring.
Okay, we're
Because this place looks like a dump.
Okay,
Who died in this coffin, you maggots?
It's the same guy.
Looks like somebody drove through here with a tank.
Okay, no, you can't mix them.
Why
They
can't
have
I
nothing to do
can
with
fix
each
anything
other.
I want. I'm half of the owner. I'm an owner.
Tanks don't need floors. God damn it.
At Home Floor Store, if you are in need, if a tank tore up all the flooring in your house.
Well, that would be weird.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. And you need new flooring. Well, Justin, his team, his vans that bring the flooring to you. These guys are crazy. They bring the flooring, the carpet samples, they bring it to you, and they check out your dwelling, and they decide with you, well, you know, what you're going to do. I got luxury vinyl planking, and you had to big dog me and get the luxury super tile.
Well, our BDM friend, Justin Whitaker, who started At Home Floor Store, and I was talking to a BDM who helped us with our baseboards after the tank incident.
After the tanking.
Yeah, that was a water tank. Not a tank.
We hate fish tanks. We love American blasting tanks.
Anyway, he reminded me that Justin came from the flooring industry and he saw a better way. He's like, well, we could save money, and I could offer flooring a lot more reasonable.
He's like, I think I can just put this in a van and drive it to people and cut some money out and just do this quicker, faster, better, more convenient for the customer.
And then pass the savings on to the customer.
There you go.
And it's a better experience when they come to you, they present all the flooring options.
Be blunt?
It's
Let me just be blunt.
Yeah.
I don't like going to places. I like it when places come to me. There. That's all that needs to be said.
Well,
bring the flooring to me and I'll buy the flooring. It's just easier that way.
If you go to a big box store, you think
I don't want to go there.
The employees at that place know anything or what they're doing?
Trust me, we did it. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it for a minute, and then people would be like, Tom and Dan Koozie, what? And then I'd be like, all right, well.
Have the professionals come to you at Home Floor Store. They'll show you. They redid both of our houses.
It's amazing.
I have the tile that looks like wood flooring. They can do every type of flooring. Just talk to them. It's at homefloorstore.com.
Brand new music from the Aquadolls. That is Burn, Baby Burn. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. A big thank you to manscaped.com. Where you could purchase all your body hair trimming accessories.
That is the Beard Hedger. I believe that's the 2.0. That thing rules. It's got a hard case it comes with. It comes with different beard products that you can use. I've been using them in my beard because I'm growing it out a little bit. I love everything that Manscaped has given us, and now I've trimmed down my boys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I even went as far as to quite possibly dabble in an area that you...
Okay, yeah. Go
dabble
low.
Because I have been bullying you about bicking your pappus and your dick and balls. And I decided to bick my pappus and dick and balls. And you know what, sir? I owe you a massive apology.
Better way to live.
I owe you a massive apology. It is skin on skin Hawaiian justice down there now. And I love it.
You gave me that nose trimmer.
Yeah, the weed whacker.
I didn't think I was going to use it,
Yeah, it's
but
great.
my nose, every once in a while you just start rubbing your nose with wild hair.
Yeah.
You just can't make it go. It's just itches.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this shit. And as I went and I just nuked both nostrils
hit
with
'em.
that trimmer.
Yeah.
And first of all, like no nicks, no cuts. It's safe as could be. And it took everything. I had a nice, pleasant buzz cut inside my nostrils. It was amazing.
It's great. You can use
you
it on
breathe
your
better?
ears. You can use it on your ears.
Yeah, I could smell, like airflow was improved. I'm still hesitant to put in my ear. I don't know about that.
It's great.
Because
I am disgusting.
Well, I saw Star Trek True the Wrath of Khan, and I don't put shit in my ears.
I'm disgusting, and I have long hairs that grow apparently from the center of my brain out of my ears. You don't have any of those yet, do you?
They're coming.
The insides?
No,
They grow from the inside of your ear. Use that thing on them. It takes care of them.
Use promo code Tom and Dan for 20% off all your purchases and free shipping worldwide.
And don't sleep on a lot of their skin products. Their sprays, the ball toner is really, really great. The deodorant that they have is really, really great. It's great products, all courtesy of Manscaped.
So, should we do some news?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, man, we haven't done that in a minute. Hold on, I got to find the button.
They also have premium ultra soft boxer briefs.
I have a pair of those. I'm going to have to report back. I haven't worn them yet. Cannot tell a lie. I will put those on and report back. Let's see if this works.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's News brought to you by Injured on the Go, Just Call Mo, JustCallMo.com, and also Tots with Ross.
Hey, thanks, Tom. Tom, this sounds like something you would do.
It says extra long. Should I turn it off? I'm going to turn it off. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it on. We don't have time for it. It's a TikTok world.
The Jackal didn't do that one. We'll just like
okay, yeah, fair enough.
This is more of a Dale from King. Remember Dale from King of the Hill?
Yep.
Remember how he always wanted to be like a hitman, so he'd search the back of Soldier of Fortune for ads and this thing. He had a hotline, I think you could call. Guy in the Air National Guard.
Oh my God, I know this story. This is ridiculous.
Guy in the Air National Guard decided he wanted to. He's like, this Air National Guard is great, but it doesn't pay that much, so I'm gonna be a hitman too. So he, of course, got online like we do, started searching for a way to be a hitman online, and he found the website rentahitman.com.
Okay, all right.
So he applied, and it turns out that in 2005, somebody started this website. It was to advertise a cybersecurity startup. Company went under, but they keep getting emails about renting a hitman.
Like actual someone that would kill someone.
So they started a parody page, and then
oh my God, these are all dumb old people, aren't they?
This guy got on. He started sending them like his birth certificates and a resume.
This is a young person, right?
Yeah, he's not that old.
He's in his 20s.
Well, this sort of reminds me.
21-year-old.
The reason I always default to old person on this because of the case. It wasn't recent, but the case locally we had here in town, Crosley. Remember that case? Where the guy...
Old people look for him.
They do, and they always slip
this
up.
Guy
They're
applied
always,
to be one.
Like
this
old
guy...
people, like old men, old white guys that look like Crosley will always hire a hitman to kill either another man or their wife, and they'll always end up sitting in some shitty car talking to like an undercover agent, just spilling their guts about how they want to kill their fucking old bitch of a wife.
Well, you know the new version?
They always do it.
Yeah, they're the hirers.
Remember, like, back in the day when they do stings and police would pretend to be hitmen, and then someone would try to hire them. And
I just got why Sting was in the police.
And then they'd show the video back to the person trying to hire a hitman to kill their husband or wife or whatever.
Right.
And then the person's just sitting there watching them. The new version of that is when someone's like charged with a crime and they're sitting there in the courtroom and they're reading off what they Google searched on their home computer.
Yeah.
And they're like, this person Google searched how to get rid of a dead body, how to make a dead body not smell, how to dismember a dead body. What does chloroform
That doesn't always work either.
What type of acids devour bones?
Yeah, they had all that shit on Casey Anthony. She still watched that.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking of.
Exactly.
Well, it's just like the list, and the person's just sitting there in the corner, like just all the stuff that they Google searched.
The best one
Dude,
was
if my Google search got looked up, like if they looked at my shit, for sure they think I'm a psychopath.
The minute you start podcasting, that's out the
if
window.
you saw mine, I don't know what you think.
The best one was the lady where she tried to hire the hitman. It was a cop, and then she came home, and they'd set up a police cordon outside the house, and they told her
I've
that
seen
the
this.
guy was dead.
Oh, this is
and they get
on-
film of her like fake reacting.
They have footage of this.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. That's the best one of all
This was on
time.
an episode of like First 48 or something.
It's been all over the place.
And
yeah.
the lady is like an attractive, younger, like she's not old, like 40, my age or something. And then they have her sitting in the car, and she just starts losing it.
Needs an Academy Award for that.
And then they had like him on scene, like pictures of him,
Yeah.
like to make it look like he's dead.
Yeah, they show her pictures and
Oh,
stuff.
Ross, I got to go rewatch
That's a
that.
good one. That's
That
a good
is
one.
a
It's a
good one.
Chris Hansen of murder, right? It's like they're doing it just for entertainment. So it feels like
Well,
the
in
cops.
that case, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that a lot of cops don't get any fun, so you should get that.
yeah.
You know what I
I don't
mean?
know. I see them at Chipotle. They're having fun.
There's some, the ones that take advantage, but the good ones, they never get any fun. You know,
a
like the
murder
really
detective
good ones.
is a hard ass job.
Yeah, really
You know.
hard job.
So this guy, he goes to rentahitman.com again. He applies, and at a certain point, the operators of this parody website pass him off to the FBI, and so the FBI gets him on the
They're
hook.
no fun. Jeez, these guys are
Well, the
God.
thing is, he like filled it out from what I heard. He like filled out the form or whatever, and,
Asked to be called Codename Reaper.
and then like he wouldn't stop. Like every month, he was like hitting them back up with more. He's like, "Hey, here's some more information on me. Blah blah blah. Please, I really want to do this."
Trust
Like,
me, you will not regret
He would not
this
stop
decision.
emailing them.
And so at a certain point,
Persistence
he
pays
sits
off.
down. He agrees to kill somebody for $5,000. The cop gives him $2,500, a bunch of photographs, and he's like, "All right, see you later." They arrested him.
Nah, this is a classic Sting. So how,
Arrested for what?
Well, for I guess attempted murder, right? Or conspiracy. I think it's conspiracy to commit murder.
To commit murder.
And they get you for that. Because
And then what does he go to jail for, I wonder? Like a year? 2 years?
No.
He's been charged with use of interstate facilities and the commission of a murder for hire.
I think they
good
get
one.
you for longer than that, maybe more than
I think
a
it's
decade.
10. I think it was 10.
Because
Oh, yeah,
you're
because he's
like-
on the internet, maybe, yeah.
You're like, well, this guy obviously wants to kill people for money. He needs to be away. Like he can't.
I mean, I want to kill people. Doesn't everybody want to kill people for money? But we all understand that that's just not something you can do.
Shit, I got a couple freebies I'd do.
And then
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we all, if you're a sane person, you know that that's just not a thing.
also has to be a extremely low IQ, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
To not realize that by going and applying to be a hitman online, that there's something.
You know what I thought of? You and I
How
came in
stupid are
contact
you?
with a person that was this level dumb, and it was the first person I think of. Whenever we tell stories like this, or Ross will bring up something, and we know that the person in the story is just a really dumb person, I always think of that one intern I had. I'm not going to even say it, but like, you know what I mean? Like that guy was so dumb that I could see him going, like, you know, I'm gonna fit out this for you. Like he's that level dumb.
No, I worked with a Rodman surveying that was just brick stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need, if anybody knows of one of those, we need one for the show.
What was your guy's name?
Show at TOMANDDAN.com.
Like, not only is he dumb for going to a website called rentahitman.com, because why would that be a thing? But it's an obvious fake website. Like, it's an obviously like a parody
yeah.
website. Like, it has merch. You know what I mean? Like,
and his subconscious didn't even kick in. And what I mean by that is he gave it time after he sent that first one.
Yeah, and then kept
it
coming
wasn't
back.
even working in the background. You know, like I do a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
I'll wake up in the middle of the night and text you, or you've done it before, where you're like, I got it. He didn't have any of that. He didn't have one look at that. He's like, I gotta hit him back up.
He probably still doesn't know why Sting was in the police.
Right. Gordon.
So, and again, I feel like that it's got to be most people wouldn't fall for this, right? Well, first, most people who wants to be a hired
No, I
hitman
think this
for
will
money.
happen until the end of time. Remember when
Yeah.
police organizations would do the coupon for the, you know, they put a
free boat and then arrest everybody
and then,
for
I mean, like
back child support. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like, or send letters out
Yeah.
and say like, they'd send letters
I
out to
think
different
the
houses.
famous one was like in Philly. They did like sport. It was some sort of sports ticket. It was like tickets
was-
to a Bruins game or something.
But
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
at least more believable.
Phillies,
where
maybe.
it's like maybe there is some contest that I won that I don't know about. Like
Yeah.
the wanting
That's
to
how
be a
the
hitman.
emails get you.
Well, but,
going to
but can I give you a real?
hitman.com.
Let me give you an example that a low IQ person maybe uses as ammo to believe it. If you go right now to Google and you type in escorts, sex, Orlando, it will pull up what appear to be multiple reputable sites that list girls that are brand name porn stars that are hooking in this city.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can buy for real money.
Yeah.
That's real.
And just off the top of my head, you can probably do the same thing for like heroin. You could
Guns, probably for guns.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You can order fentanyl online. I mean,
there are
probably.
things you can do that, like, maybe, like, I look at that stuff all the time. Not that I want to do that, but I look at it, I'm like, how is this online?
You know, you're right. I could get fooled by this.
And then that's
because
I wasn't talking about
because I'll be like, it's a dark web. It's some other country.
I mean,
like, they can't enforce this.
But how is that even a thing? Like, I forget what it was. There was, oh no, it was like some chat thing I was doing, and then I was on there, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to that particular porn star. Maitland Ward, that's the girl. And she used to be on, what was it, Boy Meets World, and now she's a porn star.
Oh, yeah.
And that spiraled to something else, and I was like, oh, what happened to her? Oh, this person, I'm not saying that Maitland Ward is, but then it...
Topanga?
No, not Topanga. No, but
It was Eric's girlfriend, the tall redhead.
yeah, it spiraled into, like, finding this one particular star, and then the guy was like, yeah, you know you can have sex with her. She's from Orlando or in Orlando. And I'm like, as an escort, on this thing I'm looking at, I'm like, well, this isn't real. And then they're like, click here to book. And
I've known of people that ordered escorts online.
Is that a thing?
It's a
so
thing.
then I guess if you were of low IQ and you were my old intern and you wanted to be a hitman,
yeah, you're like, maybe this is,
I don't know, maybe.
It begs the question: what is the biggest crime you can actually purchase on the internet? So, like, just short of murder. Like, could you get somebody like beaten on the internet? Like, could you? We got a nod.
I bet you could.
I bet you could. Get somebody jumped,
I bet you can do anything. I mean, like the chat room, Concrete Toad. Toad says he's...
I mean, I'm sure you could probably get somebody killed. Just don't go to rentahitman.com.
Dark web. Dark web.
Purchase some girls from the internet.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
We should book. Would it be illegal for us to book an escort to come here and talk to us on the show?
Escorts are completely legal as long as you don't trade money for sexual favors. Yeah.
Well, then we should book one.
Now, the way to get around is you're like, I hired her to go to dinner, and then we fell in love.
Yeah.
That's what you said. That's what you tell the cops. I know.
But it's hard to say that with your pants around your ankles or inside a parking lot behind a dumpster.
Anyway, the next story.
Those are the most uncomfortable. I know you love the things that make me uncomfortable. Sorry, Russ. There's not very many, but here is one. When I'm watching Cops, when I'm watching Live PD, which is now, On Patrol, and they catch a guy, and he's having to explain, and they're like, well, what are you doing here? What are you doing in this part of town? And he's literally got his ding dong hanging out, and he's having to tell the cop.
Why is it hanging out? I feel like I could put my ding dong away real fast. Like, if our guest...
like you got a lot of
Who
experience.
do you think's faster? Who do you think's faster out of the... Sam, who do you think's the fastest?
I don't know. I don't want to answer this question.
Me, Tom, or Russ?
What are you all wearing? that counts.
I'm wearing
elastic waistbands.
I'm wearing the rabbit suit from A Christmas Story.
And one of us has to put a hand on a child's head to put on a harness.
Well, okay, my numb fingers.
If Tommy's with him, he's the fastest.
He needs an assistant.
Tommy's his ride or die, man. And he's the tallest.
But I feel like if my ding dong's out, I could put it away pretty goddamn fast.
Makes me so uncomfortable. The cop's like talking to him, and the guy's like covering up, and the girl's like covering up, and she's like trying to wipe her mouth. I'm like, oh God, guys.
Yeah.
Well, these
leave
guys,
him alone.
for some reason, they do the pants fully around the ankles. You think you could just pop it out, right?
Yeah. Pull it above.
Okay, but my favorite
above the rim.
I gave you the one that makes me uncomfortable, but the one I lean in, and my favorite is when the guy is handcuffed and starts shitting all everywhere. That's my favorite. That's the best. I'm like, oh man. What are you doing? They're
not going to want to put him in the car. That's why they do it.
They beat him up. They wait till commercial. They beat you up.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure a lot of cops are like, oh fuck this job. Right? Like they're doing this. Oh God. Anyway.
And I think they do throw you in the back because A, they have to fucking arrest you, and B, there's a trustee at the station. They're just going to make some poor asshole in jail clean
out the car.
Do they have cloth seats?
No,
I think it's like vinyl.
They're vinyl.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Russ.
All right, this one, New Zealand, hunting competition for children.
Okay.
It was going to be for kids. Cash prize, $155. Kids in New Zealand. They had a bunch of different categories. The one
you got to aim for the fat ones, right? Like they're slow.
They're kids that are hunting for animals.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have specified. So there's pigs involved. There's deers. There's rabbits. A bunch of different categories for kids to hunt and achieve a prize. They had to get rid of one category, which was generated a furor in the town. They were going to have kids hunt feral cats.
All right.
God damn.
It's New Zealand. It's a problem. Feral cats are not good for the ecosystem.
It's a problem everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's a
we got
problem in my
way
fucking
too
neighborhood.
many cats. It's spilling. I think Seminole County just said I think they said like 68, just like they got on a Wednesday. I heard that on Jimmy's show.
Is that in your neighborhood, Tom?
I heard that on Jimmy's show, and they're like, Seminole County, we just got 70 cats today. There's a lot of cats in Florida.
What are people doing?
Remind me to get back to
You
that.
got to spay and neuter.
No, but
I'm behind the 7-Eleven. Come on.
I feel bad for the cats because I think that I don't know.
Here's why you shouldn't. New Zealand, the reason why this is such a problem, feral cats responsible for the deaths of as many 1.1 million native birds, tens of millions of non-native birds. In New Zealand, feral cats were responsible for the extinction of 6 bird species, as well as the decline in population of bats, frogs, and lizards.
I didn't think about
They just
that.
run around and kill. That's
Murder
all they do.
machines.
And in my neighborhood, we have a little walkway. You know, we come out the door and you walk a certain way to the cars. The cats have figured out if you shit like right in a certain spot, they can make a step in their shit pretty fucking regularly. And not even me. My other neighbors like called the county on the feral cats, and so the guy came out, and the fucking nut job lady that feeds them was out there talking to the guy. So I went and interjected.
Oh, this is a confrontation inside news. Confrontation inside news, guys. Confrontation
What
inside
did you
news.
say?
We've never had this.
I just walked over and I was like, "So you guys are trying to take care of the cats?" And he's like, "Yeah." And
In front of her?
oh yeah.
Oh God, I want to hug you so bad right now.
Oh, my God.
Look at how uncomfortable Tom is. And look how happy I am.
Leave her alone.
No.
She loves them.
Well, at first, so I mean, if you want to make this a full confrontation, at first I just walk up. I'm ignoring her. I'm just talking to the guy.
You're acting
Like,
as if she's not
That's
even there.
even
Yeah,
worse.
you're having a conversation with the guy you came to talk to.
she doesn't even exist as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'm just asking the guy. So what's the process basically? And come to find out, in
Chop
Orange,
their heads off.
No, she loves them.
I'd help them out
They're
if that was the fucking
babies.
case. I would be in line to help with the guillotining. to
I
be honest.
almost feel like they're better off dead.
Oh, yeah,
Listen.
'cause they get diseases. Yeah.
I've
My
seen
favorite
it-
80s movies. by
I've
the way.
seen it hundreds of times now. What happens is one of these feral cats has a litter of cats,
Yeah.
and then you see the scrawny mom and 6 of the little scrawny pups walking around for a couple days, and then you see the scrawny mom and 4 of the scrawny little pups walking around. And what happened? 2 of them got run over or eaten by a bird or whatever hellish end to their lives. And at the end of the day, like 2 of them survive out of the 6 or 8, and
the cycle repeats itself.
they continue. So anyway, I go to the guy. I'm like, so what are you guys doing? One of my other neighbors has complained, and he's on the other side of this lady who basically has a feral cat colony in her backyard because she feeds them on the front porch, and that's like 6 or 8 of the cats that wander the neighborhood. But she also takes a tin tray of puppy chow out to the backyard every day too. And so there's just a colony of them living in a log in her backyard, and they don't even have to ever leave. It's one stop.
The log is cute. You added the log, and I'm like,
A log of cats?
kittens in a log. I was like, that's a very.
Oh,
That's,
Yeah.
It's like 7
I was like, it's
worms.
like a Christmas card.
It's not a storybook log. It's like a rotten log
Yeah.
full of
Okay,
cockroaches
all right,
and
all right,
termites, if that helps
They
at
are
all.
hard
Do
ass
any of the
animals.
cats have the inflated, infected eyeball?
Yeah.
They absolutely do. And I think I told you about the one before.
Hug it
Like
with
one
a
time,
stick.
I saw this thing walking down the street, and I was like, it's facing south, so I'm seeing like
Oh, so it's Muslim.
seeing the right side of its head.
Oh, wait, no, that's right.
And I'm like, oh my God, what is that giant gash on the side of its head? And then later when I see it coming back out to the north, it's got the same gash on the other side of its head. And I'm like, oh, some giant dog just chomped the shit out of
Joker,
that
that
cat.
bitch.
And I was just walking around, and you get to watch that slowly heal over 6 to 8 months. That's
But you
great.
know the best thing about cats and dogs? They don't complain. They could have their whole face jokered up. They won't say a word.
So the people on the other side of the who I'm going to call now Crazy Cat Lady, on the other side of her have complained, and so the county comes out and they put a trap in their yard, and they talk to the lady, and she kind of starts to see reason. She lets them put a trap in her yard too, but the move is they don't put any cats down. There's no kill. When they catch a wild cat, like in my neighbor's yard, the guy will come. He'll come get the trap. They'll take it back to the station and they'll neuter it. And then they bring it right back to our fucking street and drop it in the street again, right where they fucking found it. And so I'm like, well, that's all well and good.
So you can kill it now.
And if If you catch all of them and you do that to all of them, great. That solves that problem in a certain amount of time. But me, where it's like cat shit on my fucking porch every day, it doesn't really solve my problem at all, or just my problem at all.
You got to cork his butthole.
And he's like, no, sorry, sir, we can't do anything about that. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, wait, what if I get a trap and I trap a cat? Can I come drop it off? You guys are like, no. Absolutely not. No member of the citizenry can trap a cat in their own yard and bring it to us. We can't do that. And I was like, really? I was like, you guys used to rent out traps, didn't you? And he's like, yeah, we used to, but there was such an outcry from the community that we had to stop that program. And
come on, guys. What are we doing here?
Listen, they love them.
The only way you can drop a cat off is if you claim it's your cat. If you say, this is my cat, I'm moving to an apartment, I have to abandon it, they'll take that cat.
Well, then you have to lie.
And so, speaking of lying, Crazy Cat Lady starts chiming in, and so I go,
they're my babies.
I go, well, she's really the problem. She's feeding them.
Oh, you said that with her?
Pointing my fucking finger at her.
Oh, my God. Oh, you're looking Tom. If you were standing there,
I want Ross. Look, can we do a GoFundMe for Ross to have a body cam?
Would you intervene
for these confrontations?
Would you intervene if you were standing there with Ross while this was happening? Would you go like, hold on, he doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
I barely even count this as a confrontation. This was just like a Tuesday.
Go, it's fine.
Would you be like, oh, guys, we can work this out another way?
No,
I'll take the cat.
Would you take the cat?
Well, I'd turn into stone. Or I'd just freeze and then like go up into my own head.
Like Tommy does. You just escape.
Yeah.
So I pointed my fucking finger at her and I said, she's the problem. She's feeding them. And then she goes, oh, I'm not going to feed him anymore. And then he looks at me and he goes, she's promised me she won't feed him anymore. She's giving me half a bag of Meow Mix.
The finest of Meow Mix.
Okay. And 2 days later, she was bringing her fucking tin out and feeding the cats.
Of course,
again.
yeah. It was like you sit down at an intervention and someone's a heroin addict. They're like, okay, I won't do it anymore. You're like, you're lying.
And then literally, I don't know, 5 days later, not even a week later, one of the cats that they catch and released or whatever was visibly pregnant. Like the teats hanging and everything. You could tell.
Oh,
it's pregnant. So I was like, there's the new fucking generation. And by that time, the county all moved on. Big old cat titties.
Yeah. There's no way to stop it. Just get up.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Just step in the shed. Just go to work.
Well,
you step in the shed. Look,
just
the
let
shed,
people do whatever
cat's
they
got
want.
Big fat titties and go to work.
I've got a two-step system. My kitchen window. I'm in my kitchen all day, every day. That's all I do is live in my kitchen. And so my kitchen window faces the yard. If I see a cat, I make a noise. Very specific. They know it's me, and they know I hate them. So, like...
I like this. This is extra crazy. Hold on, this is extra crazy. This is crazy. Dan supports
You're
extra
doing a
crazy.
cat noise?
I'm with you, man. Don't, keep going. I'm with you.
So...
You're turning into cat.
And so...
You're turning into a
I've
cat.
become what I hate the most.
It's kind of like a weekend video where you're turning into a cat man.
So at that point, the cat can flee if it wants to. Great. If it does, great. Get out of my yard. That's the main thing. Get out of my fucking yard, cat. And so if the cat, so after a certain point, my dog learned to recognize the cat noise. And if I go, tss, my dog is in the window going, rah, 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 like going wild. So stage 2 is either if cat hears the hiss, they look at me. They know what's up at this point. I get the cat's attention. I am crazy, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. He's realizing it as he's saying it out
It's
loud.
fine. He's talking it out.
Oh, man.
So once I get the cat's attention,
Hello, Mr. Cat.
they can either flee or
Oh, no.
What is it?
Oh, no.
choose to face the dog.
Oh, you let the dog out?
Who let the dog out? Ross.
The cat chose this. It's the cat's choice.
Why? Your dad shake or your dog shakes it crazy?
No, she's good. She knows it's our yard. She chases it out of the yard. She comes back for fucking milk bone. It's all good.
Yeah, he just gets it off the property.
If Shadow's feeling lazy, though, I also do have
A backup.
a tennis ball cannon.
All right.
Oh, wow.
But it's very poor
Where
aim.
do you
I've
get
never
those?
hit a cat. I just frightened them away. It's all.
That's pretty great.
I want a tennis ball cannon.
What story did we get into that caused us
New
to
Zealand.
the kids.
They were going to have kids kill
Hunting
feral
the feral
cats for
cats.
$150,
Yeah.
and there was an outcry. They had to cancel that.
I see. We have a lot around here, actually right behind the studio. Back
I mean,
here.
I don't think there's any place where there's not feral
And
cats.
I always feel really bad because you'll see some like really beautiful cats, but most of the time you'll see a couple beautiful cats, and then you always see one that's got the giant pus-filled eyeball, or one that's sick or gashed fully around the head.
I'll tell you,
And
like I told
they'd be better off dead, man. Like
I'll
it's
tell you,
not
like I
good.
told my neighbor in front of the fucking animal control guy. She was talking about her cats, and I was like, if it's not in your house, it's not your fucking cat. It's a fucking wild cat.
That's
Well,
That's
there's
true.
the problem. Is
That's
because
true.
people do have outside cats. And
Do
let
they?
them roam.
I have a dog, Tom. Can I let my dog just have puppies and then put the puppies outside, and they're outside puppies, and they just roam around the neighborhood barking at people and shitting on lawns and like, no, I can't. So if I can't do that with my fucking dog and literally any other animal, you can't do it with a goddamn cat, which, by the way, scientifically proven to be a fucking murder machine and bad for the environment.
I look at it like
Toxoplasmosis.
if you let your neighbor let their cat shit all over everything in your house, right?
Yeah.
Then you have some like this Tom Van scales of justice. Then
you have earned the right.
Like that neighbor won't complain about anything that I decide to do.
Right.
So I look at all
Like
the
when you're doing a how fast can I put my ding dong competition in the backyard with your son.
But see,
Tommy.
that only works if you're doing something, right? What if you're just minding your own business and you don't fuck with anybody in the neighborhood? Then what's
do-
the point of?
But the value is I know I can. So
Right.
I know that the what I could do.
Yeah.
See, that's a
is-
0 for me because I'm not
to
fucking around.
Tom,
in the
it's
neighborhood.
like having a gun in his safe. It's
Yeah.
Just in case.
Well,
Yeah.
it's either that or some confrontation, and I choose whatever else besides
right.
confrontation.
No, I got you. I got you.
And then I justify my actions back.
Your logical process is exactly what led to me living next to fucking Rat House. I was like
Probably, yeah.
very live or let live. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care what this guy does. He doesn't bother me. I don't fucking bother him until the shit buckets start to fucking in the yard.
They're coming,
Oh my
Tom.
God! I
Every
forgot
once in
about
a-
the shit bucket.
I feel like every once in a while you do get a rat house.
yeah.
But that's the price you pay.
Speaking of which, New York City just hired what they are calling a rat czar. Mayor Eric Adams hired this lady, Kathleen Corradi. I'm assuming Italian here. She formerly known as the director of rodent mitigation. They advertised
And her last name's Karate.
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 They put out an ad, and they said they were seeking applicants who were bloodthirsty, possessed killer instincts, and would commit to the wholesale slaughter of rats. And I'm just sad I didn't see that ad. I would have been perfect for it.
Yeah, so
That's true, and you have a pretty lengthy resume. You know what you're doing.
Listen, I've murdered many a rat, many a method.
I think they
know.
probably look at it and go, "Sir,
Yeah.
you are overqualified." You know.
like you would think there would be some sort of mass like poison event that they could do that would kill off the majority of them. You know, like introduce it, but like figure out some sort of
Rats
poison.
are so fucking smart, Tom. They have a centralized nest. They send out scouts and feeders, and they bring food back to the nest. And they have systems where, like, they fucking like just like they'll try the food.
They got a
one of the rats dies.
Rat Jester. That's the name of the show.
Absolutely, they do.
Rat
And
Jester.
they have reserve populations so they can come back. They're so fucking smart and hard to kill. The only real way to do it is eliminate what they eat and eliminate their water. It's the only real way to get rid of rats. You have to eliminate the food.
What
and the
order
water.
is
And
it?
in
Is
a
it food
city-
or water first, or like?
I think water's probably easier unless you live next to a fucking lake or
Because
something.
how do you eliminate water in New York City like a source?
So
During
you
the
got to. In New York, it's just the alley trash. People throw food trash in these alleys, and then rats just come and eat it and fucking grow and populate, and it's crazy.
Oh, I miss Pizza Rat.
What's Pizza Rat?
Remember when in the subway the video of the pizza with the giant or the
rat.
pizza with the giant rat?
He had a whole
The rat
slice
with
of pizza, and he's carrying it down steps. Was
Yeah.
the real thing. He was like navigating steps
He was
with
as
the slice
big
of
as
pizza.
I am.
Yeah, the slice was bigger than him.
Yeah.
We should have put that on our 420 episode.
I guess it would be impossible because with all the restaurants and like people throw away their food waste in the trash, and inevitably rats get it, and you would have to have a whole different dumpster system that was sealed off
You'd
or
have to
some shit like
change
bears.
Or
all of it,
quicker
yeah.
pickup. There'd have to be like there'd have to be some changes.
So many people though.
So I wonder what this lady's even going to attempt to do. Like, what can you do when there's unlimited source of food and water for these animals?
It's a political appointment, so they'll do some bullshit Band-Aid solutions. They'll like make free rat traps available.
It's just
the
so the
other real
public-
thing, like Luke did for me from Florida Wildlife for pest control. He sealed up my house.
Yeah,
Any hole bigger than a nickel, he put fucking like titanium screen over it. Replace any boards with like a little hole because they'll get through a tiny little hole. So if you just keep them out, that's the only real solution. Fucking seal your house up.
Yeah, and then keep the food away because no matter what, if you got fruit trees and shit, they anything like
orange.
that,
They love an orange tree.
love it.
And we still have them in the neighborhood. Like they're in the trees in my neighborhood because we got a lake and we got trees around. So, and it's fucking Florida, so there's tree rats around. And I know what they sound like. So at night, sometimes like full moon, especially, you'll hear like ee 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 in the trees. And I'm like,
you're talking to him.
Rat call.
He's out there. He's like, "Oh, come to me, my beauties."
He's talking to the rats, the cats.
Well, he is turning into a cat.
No, I am crazy because sometimes I will pretend that like it's them talking about like the murderer from the past. It's like that's the guy.
And when you turn around, they go,
yeah.
"Do you choose me or the dog?" Choose the dog.
All right, let's do a couple more stories.
All right. What do we got here? Dan, do you want to talk about this lady that lived in a cave, or are you saving that for a special occasion?
No, let's talk about it. It's perfect.
They're calling her a Spanish extreme athlete.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of an older article. Sam can maybe look up. Guinness was declining to certify it at the time. They weren't sure that it was a record, but she spent 500 days in a cave with no human contact.
Daniel told me about this, and it's crazy.
I figured you would love this because, like, what was shocking to me is I think that it might be the same article. They said she spent 2 of her birthdays underground, and I was like, just put that in your brain and think about spending 2 birthdays alone underground.
Now, what?
Just
room?
talking to yourself.
She silent for a year and a half.
It's nuts.
So zero human communication whatsoever.
Well, there was one time where they had like communication problems, and I think she had to come up for like 8 days.
Yeah.
Other than
But
that,
she did spend that time alone in a tent outside.
Yeah.
But then it resumed going underground.
Yep.
And the Guinness did certify a record for the longest time survived trapped underground to the Chilean and Bolivian miners. But the contention at the time of this article, at least, was like she voluntarily went down there, so she didn't break that record.
Now, how do you keep from going crazy?
It seems like she probably did a little bit. She said she had auditory hallucinations, but she did a lot of knitting.
Yeah, she said she talked to herself a lot
and read a lot of books.
So, because
I think she finished like 48 books or something.
60 books.
Oh, 60 books, yeah.
like, don't as human beings we need some sort of communal communication with other humans?
I've
for our
always
brains
heard
to-
that or thought that, yeah.
You're definitely better off with it.
Yeah.
But like need it? Obviously not. This lady made it.
You can, I guess you could just trick yourself. It's like the Wilson ball. Like if you have no one to talk to, you just make an inanimate object, and then talk to that, and then it tricks your brain. It's like, it's like cold plunge. It's like, it tricks your brain into thinking you're dying and releases like good proteins and is good for you.
She was supposed to be writing a book, and I don't think she finished her book.
She also said she lost track of time. She thought she'd been in the cave about 170 days.
Wow, like that's a big difference.
Yeah, it's crazy when you and then they
They're gonna be like,
when they found her, she was just like taking a nap and then like woke her up and said, "Okay, it's time to come out," and she didn't want to leave.
So like I wonder if like that your mind transitions into this is what's comfortable to you. It's kind of like Rumspringa with Amish people, where a lot of them, when they go out and experience the world, it scares them because they only know their
overload,
community. So they go back to it.
It's a lot to take in.
So if you've lived in this cave for 500 days,
And the rest of them get really into fucking E and party music.
I wonder if you're just like, I'm scared.
A lot of butthole.
And this was all for a Guinness Book record?
No, she was doing it was some dumb science experiment, but
She was actually doing it. They were monitoring the whole time.
Experts are using her time in isolation to study the impact of social isolation and extreme temporary disorientation on people's perception of time.
Huh. That's crazy that
They
she
could have
didn't
just
think
said
it was...
perception of time. You know what I mean?
Well, think about if you have just like if you're so busy, time goes faster for you. That if you have nothing to do, or that maybe time slows down.
Watching
It makes
the clock,
sense.
yeah.
Like the slower you go, the slower time seems.
She would poop in a bucket and send her poop up.
Tom, I have $1 million for you. I'm going to give it to you in a month.
Yeah.
That seems like a long time. Tom, you have cancer. You have a month to live.
Yeah.
It seems like no time.
Yeah, you're right.
And so it's all percent. I wonder if this should teach us that maybe living a busy life somehow fast forwards your perception of how long it is, and maybe you should slow your life down. But it's counterproductive to my whole thing of living a full life, right?
I think
Be
it's a
as
little
busy
bit
as
of both.
possible.
I think you need to be as busy as possible in sections, and then also take time to do nothing to appreciate the times that you were busy, and that will give you
a balance.
And a long life. But if you pick one or the other, there'll be a deficit in some way.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Because in one way, like this lady, she spent 500 days in a cave, and she only thinks it's 180.
Right.
Well, I guess that would make that time's going
Completely
faster.
disproves your theory.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of those. You know what I was saying.
We're just talking here, man.
Tom, do you do
We're just
anything
talking.
for yourself, just for you, that's like not for anybody else, that's just for you, like a thing that's just your own?
No, of course not. Why would
What
I
are you,
do
stupid?
that?
What are you, an idiot?
Yeah, I live
Well,
for
his
other people.
plants and his gambling. I think that's
No, he got rid of his plants because
No,
the
they're
hurricane
still
destroyed.
there.
Oh,
Lost
okay.
them in a bet.
Yeah. No,
Greenhouse
they're
blew away.
I don't have time to take care of them as much as I want to. But so that's interesting that she thought time was going
Fast.
She just lost track.
No, but
No sun cycle does it to you. That's been proven for a long time.
hold on. What? And I'm too stupid to realize. Like, so 500 days went by. She thought 1180. So
Well, I mean,
she
you
thought
gotta-
time.
No.
that doesn't necessarily mean she. Okay, you gotta back that up. That doesn't necessarily mean she thought it went fast. It just means that she
she
thought
had no
it was
perception of
180
time because there was
days.
no sunlight.
Yeah.
Right,
When
so-
a day began and ended,
Right.
She had
could've-
no way to know.
Yeah.
She doesn't
3
have
days
a
of
watch.
her,
She doesn't
you
have
know.
a sun.
But she did say in one of the articles I read, she said she almost went crazy a couple times, where she was like, "Ugh, I don't know, man." Like she would chicken out a couple times, or she was like, "Maybe I'm going to call this quits."
And she definitely heard shit. She says she heard shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a difference in the fact that she knew she could quit at any time. Because I was
Right. It's not like she was trapped down there.
Because I was talking to Crystal about like the show. We've been watching the show Alone, and it's just about like a competition of
Supposed to
people.
watch that alone.
And it's like we watch it before we go to sleep because it's nice, calming. It's about people
Yeah.
building shelters or whatever. And every time we watch it, I'm like, man, it is hard to survive out in the wilderness. Like none of us could do it, or you're fucking good as dead. Like if you ask us to live off the wilderness, like these people are 30 years of training, and it's hard for them. So there's no way we could do it. But then she's like, well, you think it's because a lot of them quit? They have the option to quit, so that plays into them
It's not
quitting.
true survival,
Like if it was up to like them living, they would push through it and survive. And
Well,
I was
not
like,
all
I
of
don't
them,
know.
but I think more would. Yeah.
Like they quit it mentally before they probably could have, and so they,
Well,
you know,
I mean that's called fuck it. Right?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Yeah, that's just the fuck
It's
it.
the- yeah.
I watch
I'm
a lot
going
of
home,
these
yeah.
shows too, and the ones that don't have the skills fail because they don't have the skills, and then the guys that have the skills put together lean-to, and they catch a bunch of fucking fish, they get a bunch of dried fish all stacked up, and they get a bear-proof fucking food container up in a tree, and then when they run out of shit to do, they've used all their skills and there's nothing left to do. That's when they get bored and they miss their family, and that's when they bounce. Everything's done and there's nothing left to do, and they're fucking bored.
Yeah. Or one small thing that happens, like you cut your finger or
Oh,
you cut
fuck
your
it.
head. Yeah. And then it's like, well, now I can't forge or do the same things. Like this is going to hinder and like my next couple days of food
Yeah.
and like once.
So you pull the cord because you have the choice, but if you didn't have the choice, you learn to live without your fucking
Right.
finger.
Yeah. It's interesting. I like going back to that Miami gas crisis thing where everybody panicked and bought up all the gas.
Oh, I love it.
God, I wish there was some way to profit on that.
It did make me think. I was like, man, if the whole infrastructure shut down, like either I'm dead, good as dead. I'm like, listen, I can't live off the land. It's weak.
Yeah. Nobody can.
You're
But you're
formerly
not as
forklift
weak as
certified.
everybody else. We'll just eat those people.
no, but everybody was just killing everybody.
Yeah, they will be
So I
that.
was like, don't think about that. That's all I can think
I
about.
would just lock myself in my house.
Are we talking about starvation? Let's go to Kenya.
All right.
Pastor Mackenzie Mathenge. He's been police are looking for him, or he's been arrested. Yeah, no, he pled not guilty, released on bail. Current whereabouts not clear. He got arrested because he told his followers that what's the obvious goal of every religion? Getting into heaven, right?
Yeah.
He told his people, we're here to get into heaven. You know what? You should do it real quick. Starve yourselves to death. 4 people did. Bunch of others tried until the authorities stepped in and said, you guys should maybe have a hamburger or something.
Oh,
Eat a little
God.
something.
Yeah. So
You'll get to heaven eventually.
His followers were starving themselves to death.
Well, they
On
call
his
it
orders.
fasting. But
Okay.
yes.
On his orders, specifically to get into heaven, and you have to assume for him to get their shit after they die.
Okay.
We should tell our listeners that.
You can go a pretty long time without food, but water. You need water. Yeah.
Water and sleep.
I think there was some guy that went a full year without eating anything, and that's like the world record. Like
I don't know about that.
You could drink water, but he was fat, and he just lived off his fat.
I think it's.
And it just kept he just kept getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier for like a full year.
Yeah, your body can just eat.
Yeah.
That's why we have fat. Is there storage of food for when we don't have food? It's
under a week for water, and I think you got like 3 months without food tops.
there was the world record's a year.
Augustino Angus Giuseppe was a Scottish man who fasted for 382 days from June 1965 to July 1966. He lived on tea, coffee, sparkling water, and vitamins while living at home.
Yeah, as long as you have water, your body can live off your fat.
So how fat
And vitamins,
was he?
I mean...
How fat was he when he began?
He put sugar and milk in that tea.
He looks real big. Let me see.
Yeah, you could as long as you have fat reserve.
Is he still alive?
No.
All the alone contestants, they all say it's just this whole competition is a starvation contest because we're all starving,
right?
And we're trying to get a little bit of protein, little like the things to
so
last.
Who can expel the least amount of energy? So
before they all go into it, they all gain as much weight as possible. So they all like a lot of the guys like I gained 26 pounds of fat for this because that'll make me last longer. So the fatter you are, the longer you can go without eating.
He was 471 pounds.
Oh, wow. And he was ginormous. What was he at the end?
So you need...
That's why my favorite fucking thing now is like I'm at Publix buying cottage cheese, pineapple, maybe like some jerky if I'm feeling frisky, right? And there's always a copy of Woman's World, and it says, lose 25 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's always some fucking claim like that, and then you look at it, some 60-year-old lady who weighed 500 pounds, and they just...
Right.
Yeah, a lot of it's water, too. Yeah.
He got down to 176.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
471 to 176.
And then did he? Were there any like crazy health problems that he had
I'm
because
sure.
of this?
Well, as long as your body gets the calories and you have vitamins and stuff, that's all you need.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you don't
he was,
need food.
He was taking his water in there, and I guess just living off himself.
You could live like
All right, that's
crazy.
it. I'm living off LaCroix and vitamins.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Penn Jillette did the potato diet where you
You put a potato up your ass every single day. You never eat.
That's all you eat 3 potatoes a day, and then
I love potatoes.
apparently it gives you all you need one other vitamin.
After
with
5
that.
days, I'd be like, I would kill myself. Only potatoes. Oh my god.
Have you heard him talk about that diet recently?
No.
He admits that it's a terrible diet and it's not a good way to lose it. He basically now says it was just a reset for his system.
He just did what he had to do.
Yeah,
I guess.
he just needed to get out of eating like fucking whatever he was eating in Vegas every goddamn day.
If I had the more discipline,
It does say he in the final few months he did have to start putting a pinch of sugar or milk in his tea and coffee.
Fucking told
because his
well,
blood-
the final few months, but he went a damn year.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude.
And you can go more than you could go 6. I mean,
Prove it.
Well, if I had more fat, I could go probably 3 weeks
You
without
can't
eating.
hang on a bar for 60 fucking seconds.
I don't think I could go 2 days without eating, man. Like, at all?
Yeah.
I think I'd be like,
The hunger pain-
help!
the
I'm
hunger-
such a child. I think I'd be like,
It
help
does
me.
say it's an extremely unusual case and
Yeah.
not a good example.
Well,
of
maybe
how to-
a week.
People
People
fast.
maybe 5 days.
Dude, fasting is natural. I believe, like, whatever was like, you should fast for your own health.
I think you get better after like a day, though. I think like the first first 2 days might be hard,
I would say like first 3.
and you probably plateau, and then you're like, all right, I got this.
I've seen people on TikTok. They're like, I haven't eaten in like 20 hours, and I'm starting to feel good. Like,
But that
your
first food you get, oh my
Because
god,
nobody
you
lies
go
on
and you're
TikTok.
spraying out of your ass.
Your brain will stop sending those pains, those hunger
Right.
pains, once they realize you can't get food. So they're like, then after that, you start going in ketosis and starts eating
you eat
your
the
own fat
Yep.
as storage. I mean, and that's how we evolved, right? When the winter came and shit, you were going sometime months with a very calorie restricted diet, and so it would eat all your winter fat.
Yeah.
And you come in a spring, and then when the animals started, and then build it back up throughout the year, right?
I saw
like any
Winter
other
Fat open
bear.
for Beck in the 90s.
I was thinking the same thing.
Let's take a break.
All right, buddy. Name of the band is the National Parks, rather. Name of the song is Eighth Wonder. We'll be back with more. Your last segment of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN.
From where I'm standing, I can't take my eyes off of this. Like the Grand Canyon or the peak of Everest.
I know you think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I was waiting for you to
no,
do it.
I wasn't going to do it this
I'm glad
time.
you didn't do it because I was like 3 times. That's not
You
funny.
got to keep them on their toes. I think even the listeners are like, he's going to do it again. They're like, guess what? I'm not. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
it. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. None of you deserve it.
I felt you thought people were going to think you were going to do it again.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm not doing
it. I got mad.
Yeah.
I got mad.
Subaru.
Subaru. Yeah, man.
I almost did it.
Yeah, some of the best cars made.
Yeah.
Some of the best warranties, powertrain warranty that's
Lifetime.
unmatched. Yeah, it's unmatched.
And their brand new dealership right there on North John Young Parkway. It's giant. It's like state of the art. I went there for the grand opening. You have to see all the stuff they have. Like when you pull into the service department, it reads like the tread on your tires and shows your wear and on the screen.
Yeah.
So it's like your back left tire
Well,
has
it's-
43%
It's
left
just
alive.
high tech. Those guys
Yeah.
have been waiting on this dealership to be built for a minute,
Yeah, yeah.
and Subaru did it right. They came in, cleaned up all the land,
Yeah.
built the dealership, donated the land back because that's what they do.
Yeah. 40,000 tons of trash
Yeah.
they pulled out of this area in Orlando.
They always do share the love event.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
This is the type of company that wants you to keep buying and buying. They want to build up that that clientele that
Yeah,
is
you've seen the
repeat-
Subi
Yeah.
group in our BDM Facebook.
They're enthusiasts.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
when you own a Subaru, you get really into it, and you could go see our buddy Mike Stacks down there.
Yeah, Mike Stacks.
and you could get in the club if you want to.
Yeah, he's helped out. At this point, it's got to be hundreds of Tom and Dan
I
listeners.
bet JC's done even more because
Yeah.
we've been working with him longer. JC Harrelson on the Chevy side of things. If you want that badass Silverado, Colorado, you want to get a
Mid-engine Corvette.
You know, I've been seeing more and more. That they must be rolling those things out because I've been seeing mid-engines everywhere.
Yeah.
And I saw one on the road yesterday that's like that bright blue. Have you seen the blue?
Yep.
Holy moly.
My wife has the Chevy Traverse.
Yep, great car.
And so talk to JC Harrelson, Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont, or Mike Stacks at the brand new Subaru. Oh, God.
All right, you maggots.
God damn.
Can't talk? Sport Subaru, Sport Mitsubishi, and Don Mealy Chevy. That is Sunroom, name of the song, Cadence Vann. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Let's do some Dump 'em Out.
All right.
We got too baby. Let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics. Dump them out. Dump them out. Everybody. Dump them out. Dump them out.
Dump 'em out brought to you by, let's say, all our watering holes.
Oh, yeah. Tom and Dan, wateringholes.com. Man, I can't list them all off the top of my head, but I won't need to. Go to that website and check them out.
Also, if you want to be a BDM, you can sign up at TOMANDDAN.com.
Yeah, there's a love meter. You can choose how much you want to give us, money-wise, and we'd prefer it be the higher amount, but if that's not something that you feel like you can do, I understand that
If
as well.
you do sign up for the higher amount, you do get a special little treat for BDM Appreciation Week.
You said it, not me.
It's got to be the highest. We're not going to be all the higher.
Just the high,
$5.95.
Well, that's what I meant. The highest. The highest.
Got to be the
State
tippy top.
line.
You
No,
got it.
yeah,
You
we're
heard
still
Mama.
shipping
It's
them
got to
out.
be the tippy top.
Anyway, speaking of that, we all went on Tuesday to pack all these $5 BDM shirts for the BDM Appreciation Week. And
Little Sammy Factory over there is just killing it.
well, I started.
Oh, and that's why she couldn't read the email. I remember now.
I started
My eyes got crossed.
talking about I enjoy.
Let's start with. It was a shamble of the shirts weren't going to be ready at first, so we moved the date.
Yeah.
Then
Oh,
we
yeah,
moved
yeah,
it
yeah.
again
Moved it
because we're
back.
like, well, maybe it will be.
Then we moved it back.
A lot of chaos the last couple weeks.
Well, I were trying to cram it all in there.
Stop
That's
cramming.
Yeah. He is Kramer.
well, I came up with the idea with 2 days before we had to do it to get it all out. Anyway, we got it done basically.
We're real
And,
close to Adventure Wednesday being
Yeah.
it's going to come together.
next year. It's all coming together.
$2 shirts. $2 shirts.
Anyway, I started saying, man, you know what? It's nice working in a factory-like setting, because especially like doing something repetitive that you don't even have to think about,
Yeah.
right? Just stuffing something like.
Says a guy who's never worked in a factory.
Like the first
Yeah.
2 hours were like, I mean,
we're kind of
chef's kiss. I mean, there was nothing
we
better
had
than.
Eric the Merchant's playlist was
Yeah.
going. We were surrounded by Christmas.
Yeah,
It's great.
So then it was like the fold. And by the way, we people sometimes I think get confused and think we're like a bigger company than we are.
We're not.
Like people are like, what house has Christmas decorations
Yeah,
still up?
that's Eric's mom's house.
We had to go to Eric's mom's house so that because she lives up north, it's like a snowbird house.
So after
Yeah.
Christmas,
Because it was the only area-
she didn't. She left
Yeah.
it and then said bye-bye.
That's right.
Yeah,
And so we came in and we're not going to touch her things. We were lucky enough to have her.
Christmas in
'Cause
April.
we
Yeah,
needed
give
the
us a
air-
place to work.
We need the room anyway. So at the beginning, me and Daniel were like, a mindless,
loved it.
mindless work. But then
I was doing music trivia. I was like, "Who sang this song, Tom?" Full knowing that you knew none of them.
But there's a
Breaking point.
the breaking point is when you start realizing that I'm sure like factory employees do, like the conveyor belt is
It's
never
not
going to
stopping.
stop.
Yeah.
Like you're not
The
going to get to the
never-ending
end.
conveyor
now,
belt.
Now we have the luxury in this particular promotion that we were like, all right, we know that there's an ending. We know how much, but we know that day, like when we started realizing, and the pace that we're going and how many shirts need
We
to be
can't get
folded,
done.
there is no way to get. So then
We brought our recording equipment. We're like, yeah, during lunch, we'll just. We had no fucking
We
time.
barely even had lunch.
No time. No time. Throw it away.
So
put it back in the car, idiot, Daniel.
When you put your head down and just start one after another,
Yeah.
there's the
I started
stacks of
getting
never-ending
mad
shirts.
as fuck.
You start realizing, like, man, working in a factory may not be as good as I
No.
do.
No fucking clue. Imagine getting up at 6 a.m. to drive 40 minutes to the Yamaha factory.
Jet skis.
And then you're working there 8 to 10 hours, depending on how many of the goddamn jet skis you guys get finished, 8 to 10 hours a goddamn day. And again, don't forget, there's no going to lunch because the factory's so big, it would take you your whole lunch break to walk out to the outside. So there's just a room in the middle of the factory where dudes can go smoke.
Yeah. Yes, that's accurate.
That's kind of what we did.
The
How mine
fucking
was,
worst.
too.
And then it's not that there's no end in sight. It's that that's your life forever.
Yeah.
That's your life forever.
Shit.
This is the way it is now.
The end is your fucking coffin. That's the end.
That's
It
what it
never
felt like.
stops.
I've never folded that many shirts. I've never folded shirts. I was using the thing you use like at the Gap or Old Navy, and it's like it's 3. You go right, left, right, up,
Yeah.
double fold, flatten all the air, left, right, left, up. flatten all the air, and I did that 675,000 times.
There's a huge differential in our house where if my wife does the laundry, she Marie Kondo folds everything.
Oh, yeah, and it looks beautiful.
Underwear, tea towels, everything gets Marie Kondo folded. If I do it, you open your drawer and there's just a handful of fucking underwear in there.
Yeah.
Just
That's how I do it, too.
A fucking dunk slam of underwear in your
Can't
drawer.
do it.
That's it.
I was laughing because I do have some shirt folding experience from Champs. Because at the end of the night, they'd call the stock boys up.
Hey, come out of your cardboard castle.
All right, stock boys, come on out.
To come
You too, jack off.
help fold shirts at the end of the night because all the stacks of the tall tees had to be folded perfectly on the top.
I wouldn't even know how to do a tall
There's
tee,
nobody
man.
here. You can come out from the back, Quasimodo.
and then it gave you an appreciation for like when you see like when I'm at a retail store, which I'm never at anymore because I don't shop there.
Amazon Basics for you, buddy.
But when I was doing that, I never like if you wanted a medium shirt in the pile of the perfectly stacked
Oh,
shirts,
you grab it with two fingers and you shit pull it right
magician.
out.
yeah. So it all
So the whole thing collapses onto the floor.
yeah, I would be nice enough. I'd take the stack off carefully, take the
Take
shirt I
three
wear,
off, take the medium
but
off, put the other three back, and then slide it back in.
Other people would
They
just
don't do that.
they'd
Yeah.
knock the whole fucking stack down and be like, too small. Throw it
I'm
over.
like, oh, look,
Yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears shirt. I rip the medium out. They all fall over. I'm like, not my size. Then I throw it on the ground.
Yeah, you toss it back. What are you supposed to do? I don't work there. I'm not hourly.
Yeah, it's just a fucking t-shirt.
Oh, that everybody's looking at those people like, I want to kill you. Like, at the end of the night, we can't leave until the
Yeah.
goddamn stacks are perfect.
It's true.
Not my fault.
Anyway,
That's why you get paid hourly.
horrible.
It is pretty horrible.
By the way, why are the stacks so high? Keep the good ones underneath and somewhere else. Keep them in the back. You only need one of each size. Quit stacking them.
So you're saying have them, and then you have to ask for it.
Yeah.
Behind the counter.
Yeah.
You
like-
want the t-shirts behind the counter, so I walk up there, I'm like, I need a medium Britney Spears.
Well, every day the goddamn customer knocks down every stack, and every night we have to put them back
That's
up.
what Best Buy's become, right? You walk into Best Buy, there's nothing in there, and then there's like a bunch of people at a window, and you go like, phone? And they're like, we got them. They're in the back.
Did you order this
Well, yeah.
online? And you're like, hold on, I think you're putting yourself out of business. Why is this huge structure? You want me to order online and come pick it up
apparently
here?
all you
Deliver
have-
it to my fucking house 2 days?
The only thing you have to sell in your maid showroom is a small cooler of Diet Coke. That's it. And all the Xboxes are in the back.
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right.
Anyway, so
You're happy because I lost my blue check.
yes, I am.
What?
Because I remember when
Yeah.
Daniel got the blue
Oh,
check.
yeah.
I was like, well, why did I get it? And you're like, I got it. And I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
And then someone,
I got an authentic Twitter blue check.
and then remember, like, we had an
Somebody
old,
was impersonating me. That's what.
That's what it used to be for.
Yeah, somebody was impersonating me back in the day.
well, someone's impersonating. Tuttle had Drunky the Bear, and
You
I
almost
I
punched
read
our
a-
guest in the
I read-
face.
Sorry.
He's right there. I read an article about how there was a fake Dave Chappelle Twitter and a fake Cat Williams Twitter, and they were like talking shit to each other this whole time, like for years. And then when they finally like saw each other backstage, he was like, "Hey man, I want to talk to you." That's not me on Twitter. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I don't have a Twitter either." So just it wasn't even either one of them. They both thought that they were mad at each
crazy.
other.
That's a great story, Sam.
Yeah, and so anyway, I guess now with the new rules, you
They
have
took
to
mine away. They want me to pay.
You have to pay
I'm not paying for that shit.
$13 a month.
Are you crazy?
Now it's interesting because I was like, all right, $13 a month. Like, is it worth $13 a month? Because
No.
maybe it is. Well,
No.
How is it going to change my life?
Well, maybe it's worth it so that you can communicate with other people. And
Are
like,
you still using Twitter?
no,
Is
well,
anybody
His
still
got
using
shut down
Twitter?
for a little bit, and then he just got it back.
I got it back.
I like sports and gambling. There's a lot of
I think
Twitter.
Elon Musk is the only person still on Twitter, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. I think
I don't
he
know
might be the
anybody.
last guy left.
But is there any value in
No.
having the blue check anymore?
No.
There's got to be some, right?
it does it does gamify the system for you. They do weight your tweets when you have the blue check.
Okay, well, that's value. I mean,
If you want to pay for it, sure.
yeah.
And also, again, if there's nobody on there, who gives a shit?
well, can I pay $13 and give
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go into
so
your
you
little
could end
menu.
up paying it now, and then you've essentially traded places with
Yeah.
me.
Well, but can anybody do it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, was that
That's what
special
we're
anymore?
saying.
Yeah, you
It's
didn't
got
know
to be
that?
only celebrities,
No,
right?
no,
Wow.
no,
It's
no,
anybody.
Well, what the
anybody.
fuck is it?
I love a good Tom.
I thought he was a genius.
What he did was he took the system where it was special, like Dan got it because somebody was impersonating him, and he was famous enough that they cared about it.
Yeah, like
that was the two.
I had like up until he wiped bots and stuff. I don't know who's following me. I had like 21,000. I think today I have like 19,000, which at the time was pretty darn good for Orlando celebrities. I was the first radio celebrity to go like blue check or go like 10,000, 20,000, because I remember they pulled me into a meeting and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm just tweeting," and I got on there early. That's all. That's the only thing.
The check started like that. It was to differentiate between if there's two people saying, "Hey, I'm Dan Dennis," the one with the blue check was the real one. That's how you knew. And then at a certain point, they made it media. If you were in the media, that was when you got a blue check. And then it became, that's how you knew it was a trusted source on Twitter because this person works for Fox Local or fucking CNN or whatever.
Right.
Yes. And then it became, if you were a celebrity with a PR person who could get through to Twitter's PR, this is literally how it evolved.
We had an old PR person that said, "I can get you verified," and they couldn't.
And I'm telling you this because I tried to get a blue check every step of the way, and this is why I got denied every time.
Well, then they pulled that back. Then it wasn't.
It was
even
real hard to get a check. You had to be a huge celebrity. You had to be really, really big, and it had to go again through a PR firm basically. And then Elon Musk came in and made it like a pay-for-play thing. So now you could be a fake Prince account, or Prince is a bad example because he's dead. You could be a fake
Justin Bieber. You could be fake.
You could be fake Justin Bieber. Have a blue check mark because you're paying $12 a month.
But at the same time, like he
means
value everything.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, right. Which is what he was saying.
Why would you do that?
Well, his point was it's leveling the playing field. So it's making it so not all the celebrities' tweets are weighted because
Your
of the
tweet
blue check.
matters too.
It's saying that you
because
can
they
opt
pay
in and you can pay to have access and weight your tweets just as much as theirs.
But in a world where every tweet matters, does any tweet matter?
Correct. Yes.
But also, isn't it like the blue check? It has years of this perception that if you had it,
It's
that means you were
verified.
talking to a real person.
Correct.
So
That no longer exists.
I thought that it would make sense. Okay, you make them pay, kind of like I said, Facebook should make people pay to store all their old memories and stuff
I'd
like
be
that.
okay with that.
But
It's storage space. I mean, you are paying for something.
So I thought that the Twitter was like, okay, make them pay the $13, but we'll still verify that it's a real celebrity, and we won't just let my fucking Uncle Randy get verified. You can just pay for it. You have to be a celebrity or the real person.
No,
but
you
if
got a
you're not,
Visa card?
Yeah,
well, blue check.
Well,
anybody can do it.
Doesn't it devalue
This
everything?
came out months ago, by the way.
He doesn't pay attention to this stuff.
Well, who uses Twitter anyway? So it kind of is a nothing. But
Are you just repeating everything that Ross just said?
The latest is that like certain people were like, for example, Stephen King was like,
oh yeah, he was like, "Fuck
he's
you."
like, "Fuck you, take your blue check and shove it up your ass."
so was LeBron.
And then at a certain point, Stephen King was like, "Well, this is when my blue check should have run out, and it's still there." And Elon Musk came in and was like, "Gave you a freebie." So Elon's just handing out a couple freebies here and there.
Yeah.
The people that he,
I like that.
that
He gave it
wants
to
be on.
LeBron. He gave it to Stephen King, but that completely nullifies
Right.
what he
Again.
said earlier by saying
Again.
this levels the playing field.
He's throwing shit at the wall. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Dude, he's swinging so
he's a
far
crazy
from
man.
pole to pole. It's happening instantaneously. It's crazy.
there's got to be a reason behind, like a business reason.
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
Not
man,
on this
because
one.
he fired like everybody that worked there, and then he locked them all out of their accounts, and then he didn't know how to run the whole thing, and he tried to call them all back to run it.
He's acting
I
like
can understand. I mean, when you buy a company and it's bloated, you fire everybody.
That is
Don't
Slim it
fire,
down.
don't fire everybody when you don't know how to run it. At least hire somebody new that knows how to run it.
He is acting like every fucking idiot their first day on the internet. Everybody goes through this, and it's why the internet's a cesspool, because there's a constant wave of newbies coming in every goddamn second. But this is Elon Musk's first day on the fucking... He probably didn't have time to really, like, get into trolling or fucking arguing with people online. He probably was busy doing real shit before this. Now he's got enough money to buy Twitter, so he did it, and now he's ruining his little playground. He's fucking... He bought the ball. He was at a basketball game. Everybody's playing. He's like, let me buy that ball. Now he's like, now we'll play by my rules or nobody plays.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense, but he's doing it.
Well, really do whatever you want with your own company.
Yeah,
But
I'm not paying for one. So to get back to that, no, I am not going to do it. Don't care.
It just,
It was slowly going downhill anyway, and I think I think it's now, it's going to die soon, right? How much longer will it last?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, people that like...
It's a heritage social media, so I
Yeah,
read some
I mean-
article that it will
What
never...
does that mean? It's like 12 years
Well,
old?
it's like...
They-
Well, it got in there early.
You can't
Yeah.
like they've said that you cannot start a new social media and get anywhere close to the followers
No.
that the heritage
You-
ones
you
have.
can't.
Because
That's what they said about MySpace when MySpace was huge. Guess what? Black licorice is a heritage chewing gum flavor. It fucking sucks. Nobody likes it anymore. There's new shit.
I'm just saying what I've read
Yeah.
from people that are smarter than me. I don't understand like why you could. It's something
Jim
about
Cramer said
yeah.
sell Bitcoin 30% ago. Fucking, people are idiots, especially people in media.
It's definitely being used by people that maybe want to say shitty things. So
Well,
as long as
on
there
social
are
media.
people, well, my point would be, as long as there are people that want to say shitty things, it will probably be used. You know.
And there's people that say
Well,
nice things too, but like
Yeah, there
we're
are,
human,
but-
so we focus
well,
on the
I mean,
negative.
but Twitter, I think you get
Yeah.
less penalties for it. So maybe that would be a reason why you would want to use it.
Or just get all my news from there. I don't care about anybody saying anything. It's just all you know. When I say
Yeah.
news, gambling, sports news
Sure.
from like Adam Schefter.
It
and,
is how they break sports news,
yeah.
100%.
So, like all my sports news, I try to get it first through Twitter, and like gambling, there's gamblers on there that like put out shit, and so I'm
Have
getting.
you
that
seen your
information.
feed change since he bought it?
Again, I'm not noticing
use
much.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm checking it once a week,
Yeah.
scrolling through,
And I have
then
a
when something.
hand-curated feed, like I use a third-party app.
Like a list?
Yeah, and so I'm not really even using the feed. So no, because I already follow. Like, I mean, you're in there, Sam. People I care about, like friends of mine.
I haven't tweeted probably since 2016.
Yeah, I mean, but I just used it. I mean, like the list that I use is probably 10 years old of just friends of mine. So anyway, what else is on there? What else we got?
PDA at, I don't even know.
Oh,
how's that?
Mamok. Yeah.
Mamok?
Oh, so check this out. When's the last time you guys saw like a really egregious PDA?
Bro, you're Disney.
Disney?
People when they actually have to wait in
In
line.
line? No, I didn't think about that.
It's like, I mean, people are getting in buttholes. I'm like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
there were these. Okay,
Yeah, they're like grabbing ass, but they're like digging in, and I'm like, they're children.
we
around
went
here.
to Mamok. Now, this one made me uncomfortable for really no reason other than I thought one of the girls was uncomfortable. So this couple comes in, and it's two like really hot girls, and they're obviously a couple, but they're very young. I want to say early 20s, super skinny. Maisie, being the girl that she is, commented that one of the girls wasn't wearing a bra and you could almost see her boobies. So I'm like, thanks, May. I appreciate that. Well, the one girl, they're on a date, and they do the move that I already hate where there's a little one and a tall one. The tall one has like her titties kind of flopping all around. That's the one that May complimented on. The little one is like just, I don't know, just like a little bit smaller than her. The one girl's like, I don't know, 5'11". She's super tall. The other one I said like my height. So they go and they sit down, and they sit on the same side. Hate it. Hate it already. And then the little girl on their date is like draped over the tall girl, and the tall girl keeps doing moves to try and like slink off the little girl who's like holding on to her. And it's constant. It's like a constant, like, I don't know if they're a couple, and it like she wanted to show that they were a couple so much, but it was just egregious. Then they just start making out. Like the one girl can't even eat her soup without the other girl like kissing on her face while she's eating.
Oh, this is weird.
It was just crazy. I hadn't seen anything like that in forever.
Sounds
and then
like obsessive.
So I talked. Yeah, that's what I said to Andrea. But it also
New
seems
couple.
very young.
Yeah, new couple does
Very.
that. Too.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I was like, my God, it's been ages since I had that kind of lust for a human. You know what I mean? Like I remember dating girls and being the same way where you would want to do that. But I also
Yeah, it's been about 21 years this month for me.
yeah, I had been taught how to, like, by my mom and dad, though. They never showed me that. Like, my mom and dad were very conservative, very old school. There was no PDA. There was no making out. Maybe a peck kiss, maybe a hug. But there was never any making out at the dinner table, or especially while the person was trying to eat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, what are you making out in the public to begin
I don't know.
with? Like,
But it
aren't
made
you
me
embarrassed?
uncomfortable. I don't get uncomfortable very often, but for the taller girl, the shoulders going back, trying to slough off because the one girl wanted to do that move where you drape your arm over her, and the only reason I mentioned their sizes is only because, like, if you're my height, even with Andrea, it is an impossibility for me to put my arm around her shoulders comfortably. You know what I mean? It's not built for that. So the little girl was trying to do it, but the other girl was just kept trying to move her off. Like, come on. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
See, Tom doesn't get it because it's only Crystal and the Frog Pajamas, right? So the first month of any relationship, you're just making out constantly anyway.
I bet you did that.
But once forever ago. So for real human American people, like
American motherfucker. In certain countries, you can't show public displays.
In the first month of any relationship, you're just making out constantly. Anyway, it doesn't matter if you're in private or public or whatever. If you're within 2 feet of each other, you're just
Chat room said high school level. Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Correct.
That is what it seemed like, and it was one of those things where I was just like, oh my god, like not. It was so egregious to the point where I wanted to turn to the girl and almost say, like, I don't think she wants that. Like, I don't think she wants what
Don't
you're
be
doing.
that guy.
But it felt like that, though, because, like, the girl, I mean, it obviously, if I'm reading body language right, she did not want that, but, you know, she was going to endure it. She's sitting there trying to eat her ramen. Somebody hanging on her like a monkey.
It's funny because I'd never noticed that. I'd never noticed what other people are doing in restaurants or anything. Like,
You don't look around to see who's the murderer?
I'm so oblivious to my surroundings. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be.
That's good, though. That means you're in the moment. You're paying attention to your family.
No, I'm oblivious to them, too. There's something I'm always just thinking about in my own head about what's going on or whatever. Like, I'm never looking around my surroundings, noticing
just always in my own head thinking about what's going on. Yeah. That's everybody all the time.
Well, that's what I was doing while these girls are like making out.
What's happening in the future? What happened yesterday? What's going to happen? What's happening in other places?
You think about what's
never now.
What's happening in other places?
Yeah. I'm not paying attention to what the hell's going on around me.
This podcast could just be 2 hours of Tom talking about what he's thinking about in general.
Where are you right now? Where are you right now?
Yeah, what are you thinking about?
I'm in the moment now. This is the only time I'm in the moment.
He's probably right.
Oh,
yeah.
But it's not all the time, because sometimes you'll see him float away.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come back.
Yeah. If you're saying something I'm not interested in, I'm floating, I'm floating fast.
So anytime I'm talking,
the immediate float.
immediate float.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know, they do those, like, how people's brains work, where, like, they'll show you a setting and then they'll stop showing it to you and they'll like, hey,
what color was the surfboard? No, they always do that for titties.
Yeah.
They do that one for titties. It's always a topless surfer jogging to the beach, and they're like, what color was the surfboard? I'm like, who cares?
Or they're like, what was the guy in the hat doing? I have no fucking idea. Like, and it's like a testament to how bad eyewitness testimony is. And that's what, you know, but I feel like a lot of people are not scanning the room, looking and analyzing what everybody's doing.
And even if you do, like, trying to recall it, let's say even 24 hours later, it's going to be very hard unless you have photographic memory.
I would say for this, though, you may have, because we were sitting very close. They were their next table. Like, for me, I could touch.
Well, it sounds like you were watching them for a while.
I could touch them. Yeah, but it was also one of those things where it was happening so sort of as a spectacle that you would have seen it. There's no way anybody. Most of the people in the restaurant saw it. Like, it was happening. Like,
it's a demonstration.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a display.
Yeah.
And it made me uncomfortable because I was just like, oh my God, I'm all for love and I'm glad you're happy, but yikes, almighty.
Have you ever met someone who has photographic memory?
Yes.
And that is fascinating to me. Like, that they can recall.
It can be annoying as hell, though.
Yeah, I'm like, because how, I don't even understand how, like, what's the process.
Have you ever met anybody who has no memory? That's me.
Well, there's, you know, the
flash of the
You
pan.
have selective memory.
Comes and goes.
Because, like, I remember Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, he can remember plays.
Every time you say that, I think Timothy.
He can remember play. Like, you can, all right, it's this time left in this game, like, 3 years ago, and he can name the play.
Yeah, he knows exactly what happened.
And then there's chess masters and stuff like that can remember every play, and like, you know,
Nicolas Cage and Pig, he can remember every every meal he ever served to anybody.
And I'm like, what? So the memory's there. Do they have to, when someone says something, do they go to like a, I'm trying to figure out, is it in a filing cabinet somewhere where they have to recall it? And then, or is it always in some sort of loop that they can scroll back to like a fucking a video
How
on
do
your
you
phone?
get your memories? How do you get your memories out?
They're randomly floating on.
I get mine, and mine's Netflix mail. Like sometimes
Like
they come.
Like if someone says a memory
So the
to
same
me,
thing. They just have all of them floating around instead of the some of
You
them.
know who has
is it
a
that
bit-
much?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just their entire life. Some people can remember their entire life every day.
I think Chris Turner has a version of this with words. Like I think he's just able to access the knowledge there easier. You know.
Yeah, but I think memory is different than the words. Like that's like a skill of your brain working fast enough to get in front of like rhyming words.
You don't
and
think
stuff
it's
like-
the same
Is it
in
the
that,
same? I don't
like
know.
being able to pull up a memory would be no different to me than pulling up a word that you remember that rhymes with something, right? Or like I don't know.
I guess so.
I'm
It's
trying
like-
to make the case that it's
It could just-
similar.
it's there.
Yeah, it's on demand. Like
Where
I don't,
is it?
I don't have that. I have to work. I have to work
Yeah.
for memories. Like I hate it. It makes me feel like I'm an idiot. It makes me feel old and dumb. Sometimes I lay in bed talking to Andrea, just trying to remember things.
And you know, different people's brains work differently.
Yeah.
And that, like,
Prove it.
Some people can see clear visual images in their brain, and some people just lack that facility altogether.
Yeah.
You know, I like the people that associate numbers and colors together. That's a thing, and like
Some people have no like voice in their head.
that's weird.
Do you
to
have
me.
a voice in your head?
I have internal conversations.
Yeah, some people don't have that at all.
So yeah, that's weird. Brain, how does that work?
I don't know, Tom. How do you think it worked? Oh my God!
Like
I think
it's-
we heard it.
Like when someo's like, this is you're like you're seeing the color purple, but that's your purple. That's the way you're seeing it.
Winfrey. That was your voice saying that. He knew.
And
See,
then
that's dumb though, because purple is the reflection of a certain wavelength of light.
No,
it's a certain scientific.
The
measure
color of
thing.
royalty.
so it's the
It's
same
not-
for everybody.
But that's like, say, if you have a gram of lead, it doesn't weigh differently to different people based on how their brain works. It's a measurable scientific.
well, then how do you explain the goddamn pink and turquoise shoe? Because people are
Oh, he
like,
went with the shoe instead of the dress.
Or
the dress.
Laurel and Yannick.
Because that's the brain part, is seeing that and assigning a name to it. Everybody got the same wavelength of light against their goddamn cones and rods in their eyes. That all was verifiable and scientific.
and rods.
And measurable. It's when it gets to your brain and you have to put a word to it that people are like, it's blue. No, it's white and gold. That's the fucking nonsense of it all.
but they know what.
I like this guy, by the way. He needs to be in here nodding when I'm.
I like when he laughs.
That's the boss nodder.
Yeah.
Almost pushed me.
Yeah, I feel so much more confident when somebody just nodding. Yeah, he's right.
Put
yeah,
that
go,
on
Ross,
the list.
go.
That's the Ross nodder. We hired him for you.
We did a nodder and a laugher.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like they'll see a green or like let's say the gray and white as opposed to pink and white. But in other instances, though, we'll both look at gray and be like, "That's gray, that's pink." But in this, it's how they're perceiving it. So you're perceiving two different colors, like two different humans are looking at it and seeing two different things.
They're seeing the same thing. They're naming it differently. That's
But
all.
they know what gray is and know what pink is in other terms. So why are two different humans? I know this is old. This is like 2009.
But you're not saying that one person is getting a different kind of light from that picture than another one, are you, Tom? They're both getting the exact same light.
No, they're
so up
seeing-
here in the brain, when they assign names to things and they say that's gray or that's green, that's where the errors occur. It's not on the wavelength of light.
But they're seeing it gray, and other people are seeing it pink. I guess they are. That's why it's happening. People are like, I see this gray. I see this pink.
Up here, down there, it's the same.
No, yeah, I know the picture is the same, but it's the way they're seeing it. So that's what I'm saying. Could this happen with other things? And the perception of...
I feel like it's 420 again.
Yeah, I'm.
Who tooted before?
Yeah, I think I
didn't know
understand
Tom
what
was
you're
into
both saying, but I am a little bit confused. So you're saying that, let's say you were looking at a shoe, it's a pink shoe or a gray shoe.
Yeah, the old
Right.
dress shit.
Right. Okay. Well, I was
The shoe, dress.
Let's just do a shoe. It's a pink shoe or a gray shoe. So you're saying that the person looking at it Like one person is seeing it gray, the other person is seeing it pink.
Yeah, that's what causes the whole
Argument.
internet thing.
And Ross is saying that the light wavelength is exactly the same, that the problem is happening in the brain of the person articulating pink as gray and gray as pink.
If you have some kind of tool that measures the color and just gives you a judgment and like a number, you can make as many of those tools along the same guidelines. It'll give you the same answer every time. It's when a human brain gets involved that different answers get involved. That's what I'm saying.
No. I think we're saying the same thing. Yeah. It's just,
but look, that's a perfect example.
Perception.
Perfect example.
Yeah, it's what's happening in that person's brain.
No, it's not.
I think we just had a teaching moment.
No, I was just fucking with you. That's how I was just fucking with you.
Okay.
Really?
We're
what else we got?
let's keep going.
Yeah, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about
like
Rock Band game. Okay. I saw a man while my wife was driving getting a Rock Band drum set out of the trash and walking in the rain. Why? Why was he doing that? Explain to me why someone walking down Mills would see Rock Band drum set in the trash and pick it up and start carrying it in the rain.
Was he an old man?
No, young man.
Yeah, that's a young man.
Young man.
Well, I said old
younger
man
than me, younger than you.
Because I feel, and I've fallen into this too, where technology still has value.
But that doesn't have any value, does it? A Rock Band drum set?
No, it doesn't. But an old man would think it does.
Yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. On the board.
Well, because I remember a listener gave me a Wii one time, like a Nintendo Wii, and I still had value in my head.
That was that old man in the Mustang.
It just technology has no value. I mean, you keep technology
but now you've taught me that it has no value. I've started throwing stuff away.
The chat is saying that those particular drum kits are rare now, and it's hard to find them, so people are flipping them.
Boom! That's on the board. That's another good one. So, all right, so the guy got it.
What can you flip it for?
I don't know. Look up Rock Band drum set. Just see
for a fucking Nintendo Power Glove,
and then just go shopping and see what it pops up as.
Yeah. Like, are they actually worth anything? It seems
I wish that I hadn't sold mine then, because I think I gave mine to.
It's like it's between $80 and $90.
Jesus, those do hold their value.
Used
My
ones.
God,
and
that game's like 20 years old.
Don't forget also internet cloud, because dumpster diving is huge right now.
Yeah, thrifting and dumpster diving.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys for an honest answer. That actually makes me feel. If I had known that was worth $90, I wouldn't have I think I either gave it to somebody's kids or took it to GameStop and got like $3 for it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Damn. And
they used to
that
rape
should have been
you.
the first sign. If they were willing to give you $3 for it, should have been the sign that was worth something.
Yeah, $3.
Because
Holy shit.
if it's worth nothing, they will tell you no, nothing. Thank you.
Wow.
Let's buy some stock in GameStop.
I know. That's so sad.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Ross.
All right.
Let's talk about your show coming up.
Oh shit! Yeah, tomorrow night at the Bull and Bush, one night only. Nick Pupo's one-man show, Unconditional, and I think I'm allowed to say this now. Nick just announced it. He's going basically right from the Bull and Bush to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with the show. So if you want to see a show that's going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival real fucking soon, this is a good time. Come out tomorrow night. $10 at the door. Doors at 8:30. Show at 9. Nick Pupo Unconditional. Get there early because it is limited seating, and we want to make sure to get as many of you guys as possible in to see Nick Pupo do his one-man show.
I kid you not. Nick is an amazing stand-up actor and just a hell of a nice guy. He's been on our show before, courtesy of Ross. Brought him in one time, so go see Nick. You may not ever get to see him again in this type of intimate setting.
And if you've tried to donate to my friend Mickey's son's Heart Fund, but you've been confused about that website, I know Bitly confused you, Tom. One of your listeners, Ricky, you remember my kid drowned in his pool one time?
Oh, yeah.
Ricky made a nice little website, logansheart.com. Goes right to the fundraiser if you want to donate to Mickey's son's fundraising. He needs a heart transplant, and this is the fundraising page.
There you go.
Perfect. Logansheart.com.
That's it.
Perfect. Sam, I know you're heading to your vacation next week.
Yeah, next week.
Are you recording it all out there?
We will be bringing our mobile equipment.
You going on an adventure?
Yeah, we're going on tons of adventures.
Adventure Wednesdays. Rock climbing?
Rock climbing the Red Rocks. No, not rock climbing.
Red Rocks is cool, though.
We'll do some hiking, though.
That'll be awesome.
But yeah, so follow us at semanticspodcast.com. You can sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/semantics.
You guys had a real good episode with this guy, Bort.
Bort Merrick and Ross McCourt.
Yeah.
And also follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/semanticsmedia.
Yeah, man. Go there and check out her show. Have a wonderful vacation, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
We will see you guys on Monday for the BDM show, and
See some of you tomorrow.
yeah, we'll see some of you tomorrow, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, you guys not announcing the thing at the Dave & Buster's tomorrow?
don't say it.
God damn it.
Shit, down on Nitro.
Hold it, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.